It's just every time I get a notification for a live episode.
Yeah, it's always episode 12's card. Yep, no, yeah, that is how it's going to be for a little bit more.
Dusty, though.
You know what?
What?
We are live.
You're live.
Is that the monitored me eating and drinking over the last few seconds?
Online.
Live. Good times.
Well, just now. We went live as I told you. So that's what that is. You know the thing with that.
Do you want me to mark it?
What? Sure. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. We're gonna do this live. You guys are gonna see some of the magic of
Behind the scenes.
The movie magic. I'll this light off.
Yeah, go ahead and turn that off. Let's see if we messed up our lighting situation. Oh no, now it's okay, no, it's
You
just
look fine.
good. Just took a second for the white balance to catch up. Good. Microphone. Oh, whoa. How's it going, guys?
We've done it.
We did it. What's up? What's up, man?
How's it going,
How are
Taylor?
you doing? It's going. I'm gonna
Amazing.
make it adjustments. Got this giant sandwich board of topics that is sitting right behind me with new topics.
Huh.
Get it right and read it. Oh, there we go. Yay. There we are. Did we do yeah, we did the slate. Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's great.
Fret not.
Welcome back to the Pretty Good Enough Saturday night live stream. I'm Taylor, and welcoming you to McKinley's week off is McKinley. It's his week off, everybody. Wish him a happy week off.
This
He's
is
taking
incredible.
a break from the show this week because he's not feeling it.
Yeah. That is, and has always been, the stated reason that I give people when I say I'm not going to do something. I always just say, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah. And then if
That's very consistent.
you're going to
with my
show up,
experience.
you say that you're really feeling it. And
That's what's important.
power up.
Not only to me, but to everyone around me
Yes.
that I communicate with,
just
is
gotta-
whether or not I am feeling it.
I just got a notification that we're live.
Hey, we're actually live. Did you know that?
I
Did you
didn't know
Taylor?
that. I didn't know I had a show.
I didn't either. It's my week off. But I guess I have a show.
Yeah,
So
something like that.
a week off is a little bit of a stretch when it was supposed to be a 2-hour long break from my usual schedule.
Fair enough. How's our audio doing, Ani? Is it good? Is it good? Does it sound
I
fine?
want to thread this around.
What?
It's more distracting than it's worth. Anyway.
Fair enough. Yeah, we've got, you might notice that we're both wearing lovely lapel microphones, and there's also lovely microphones sitting on the table. These aren't being used because the cords don't...
They're here for product
It's their week
placement.
off. We'll probably have these running next week. We grew up last week, and now
Yeah,
we
you
are
may
an
remember.
official professional show that never has any awkward silences, lack of topics, or technical difficulties. That's the pretty good enough guarantee.
We did it. We died. We went through the underworld.
So why isn't that
We're
happening,
back.
McKinley? What's the deal? What's the deal? Why haven't?
Yeah, McKinley. I want some answers.
Why isn't your show?
Why isn't it working?
Why is?
That's the
That's
problem.
what's going on.
No, that's kind of a strange situation. I don't spend a lot of time behind the scenes, wiring and learning about what's going on. What's going on, buddy?
One thing, what?
What is it?
No, I was just looking
What is it,
over.
pal?
I was checking which audio channels were muted and not
Yeah.
muted because I was.
We're
seeing
doing this on the
dancing
fly,
lines.
you guys.
Yeah, we have a
Lest you
monitor now,
actually
and it's
doubt
starting
this
to
is live.
distract me. If you might notice, the viewers at home might notice that I'm doing more camera takes. What's actually happening is I keep looking past the camera,
Past the camera takes.
at the little.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Can they tell where I'm looking though? Because I can't tell where I think I'm doing a camera take right now, but I'm actually just watching myself to see if I look like I'm doing a camera take. You can tell? Okay, there's a difference between, because I can't see
This
me
is
when
why
I'm
we have a
actually
producer
looking
in the
at
building
camera.
here. Yeah.
It's good, it's
Yeah.
good. I've been told that you can tell. There's marker on the table. It's a professional show. We
What's
should
going
open up
on,
with
man?
a topic.
What's
What?
going
I don't
on? You
know
gotta
what's going on.
fill me and catch me up, okay?
The Jane Austen MMO died this week. It's very sad.
Rest in peace, whatever that is.
Yeah, no. Hey, Ani, you want to pull up? Go over to the browser, and we can actually show the folks at home this lovely. Swipe the other way. There you go. There's a tab open. Just click on the Google Images one. The one to the one over to the. Well, let's start with that one. We'll start with that one. Now click the camera switch so that the viewers can see. Yes, so you can still hear us, but you're looking at. They can see the article now. It's great. We're ramping up. We're a show. But no. So scroll down just a little bit so that McKinley can see what this is. I'm gonna, since they can't see us, I can move this out of your way without disrupting the show.
Oh, handy.
Except as long as I don't say what I'm doing.
Now the show is going smooth.
Yeah. So there, apparently, yeah, I found this out because I've been looking at internet news articles trying to find topics for the show throughout the week, and so I found.
Yeah, I mean, you've been looking everywhere: Google.com, internet news articles, Lana Del Rey's Instagram page. You've been searching
those are saved things. But yeah, so there was and it died. I don't know why that's a topic, but I thought it was worth.
No, this is a
thinking about.
This is a deep.
Let's go over to the. Yeah, no, because I've played a lot of MMOs and I never knew this existed, and I've read and watched a lot of Jane Austen. Yeah. And this was a thing. There were ballroom.
Past tense, huh?
It's so weird. What people played this. This is like this. Did you ever play the mobile Sims games that were like weird MMO-ish type things? There was like a medieval one and okay.
Mobile The Sims.
I want to know who played this. It had a player base for like a few years. It was Kickstarted. People funded this.
Wow, how about
This
that?
was funded by players.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And coded by Jane Austen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so the world is in mourning because the servers finally got taken down.
Yeah, just a few years, a good hot streak, and then the run's over.
Apparently, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
so.
we're done with that.
This begs the obvious question: what was it like?
Are we? Okay, cool. Can we go back when we go to that? Can we go back to the so that I can see what's going on? Can we keep that cool? Yeah, just so I know when the camera's looking at us and when it's looking at something on a web browser. We're figuring it out still, guys. It turns out you may have been lied to when we said we were going to grow up after episode 15.
Well, there you go.
It's fine.
This concludes the obvious questions.
Why are we ever going to grow up as a show? Yeah, that one. Why am I looking at the topics on my phone? I'm looking at the topics on my phone like I didn't consolidate my topics down to things that were worth making the board, and now I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, why do I just have Twitter handle written down on my phone?
Hey, Taylor.
Oh, yeah, no, I was going to outsource things. Yeah, no, what?
To ask the obvious question.
What's that?
Why do you just have Twitter handle written down on your phone?
Yeah, I didn't remember. I just remembered it was because I realized that you can change your Twitter handle.
For sure.
In fact, that's something that
Is that because of the link I sent you?
What link that you sent me? Which Twitter link did you send me? Was that the one that you sent the group chat?
No. Have you sent me a text message at all this week? And that I just didn't get?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I haven't been checking my text messages much this week. Let's see. Do I have a? Oh wait, no, I have. I did send you a text message this week. I sent you a text message around 2:38 p.m. today.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. But I have Twitter handle written down because I found out that you can change your Twitter handle
because
after the fact.
Sent you a link to a Twitter page that heavily involves a changed Twitter handle.
Really? Okay. Yeah, definitely. I don't remember that. That's probably
just one of the topics that I may have come up with along the course of the week. Something relevant to our personal lives.
And then we'll get to my thing after that. What was this? Refresh my memory on the Twitter post.
You can look at it and see. You can look at it and find out.
Okay. I checked my texts. I don't have a tweet in my texts. Did you send it to me on Messenger?
I don't know, man. Maybe it did.
Let me check my Messenger. I don't have a tweet in my text messages. That's all I know. Let me scroll back. Okay, I'm back in December on Messenger, and I don't have any tweets from you.
Yeah, there's not a link to a Twitter profile.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
that we used to use.
Nope.
That's been supplanted. Huh? Funny story. So what's
not in my texts either. I didn't get that. What did you send me?
Infinite
What
mystery.
was the Twitter thing that you sent?
We used to have a Twitter account that we ran, and
Pod People Twitter account?
yeah,
Was it
and
called Pod
the-
People or Pretty Good Enough?
well, neither one,
okay.
but we shut it down.
Yeah.
You know,
What was it called?
after mutual consensus.
What was it called? What was its Twitter handle?
It was at Pretty Good E.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that one. Yes.
Actually, this is a different topic.
So there's
but
a new at Pretty Good.
there's a
E
new
now?
at Pretty Good E. It's
Weird.
basically the short version of that. I'm not gonna explain that any further for the folks at home that want to know the backstory.
Is it a parody
But
page
it's,
for our old podcast? Are they like posting
right.
fake pictures of lampshades and microphones?
Yeah,
Or is it just a...
it takes a lot to parodize us, doesn't it?
Right.
Ooh, fake pictures of lampshades
tell.
instead of real pictures of lampshades. Ooh, man.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Scathing commentary.
So anyway, so you can change your Twitter handle.
All right, back to the real show.
You
Let's
don't
go.
have to
Let's
delete
go.
your Twitter account and make a new one. You can just change the name.
I know
if you don't
this.
like
I've done this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I didn't, so I'm talking about it still.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, I have a long name, right? My name's Taylor Schwilling, as everybody knows. It's credited on the slate. You see it on the slate if you
Yeah,
look at the slate.
Classic.
Which is one character too long to be a Twitter handle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. So
Which is why
right.
you're-
So my Twitter handle is at Taylor Schwillen because it cuts off. And I'm not creative, so I don't have a what's that?
What's all this about?
What's
I
all
need
that
I need a third person in the room that I can see the right eyeball of, so that I can kind of do. Hey, there she is. I can kind of do
Our
takes.
producer is
Yeah.
secluded.
Yeah,
back in
what's
the
in
production booth. There's a wall. We
That's
put up
because
a
she's
wall.
leaning back and forth. Yeah. As is, I'm just
Are you
doing it into the
situated?
camera.
Yeah.
This is a fascinating show. So you've got it whittled down. You got that G
Right. Yeah.
knocked
there's that G
off
that's
to
just not
be
there.
a nice, efficient Twitter handle.
Yeah, but is it? Because like Taylor Schwillen, like, that just doesn't exactly. And so I was
I thought it was stylistic.
going back
I've read
and
it a
trying to
dozen
figure out.
times.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I was going back and I was like, is there a different Twitter handle I can use? And I was like, so basically, I just need some comments saying what should my name on Twitter be, because I don't like Taylor Schwilling without a G. It's just dumb.
Not a fan.
Either have it be your name or have it be a stylized version of your name that isn't just. It doesn't have the last letter because it's
Chopped
too long. And so, but I don't know. Any ideas would be welcome.
Yeah.
I'll just ask the void to throw back some
out
ideas
there.
sometime so that I don't have to think about it anymore.
This isn't a job for me or Ani. This is a job for crowdsourcing.
Right. Although if you have any ideas, you can throw them my way too. Or if
In the
you
form
have
of a
any-
comment
or if
on
you
your
have any
YouTube video.
ideas, or if you
Naturally.
have any ideas, or if you have any ideas. It's a good show. What are your thoughts on Twitter handles? Because your Twitter handle is just your name
There
too,
were
right?
a couple of them.
It's just at.
Yeah.
Is
it's
it?
at
I don't know.
It's at McKinley name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we name? Oh yeah.
You may
'cause
remember
McKinley and then
on
Lurk,
an
that would be too many
earlier
characters too, wouldn't it?
you may remember on an earlier episode of the show I plugged my Twitter handle right
That's
at the
right.
very end, and I said if I get even a single new follower, I'm going to start being funny.
Did you get a new follower?
Well, not from the show. This is where the predicament kicks in, because maybe my funniest friend followed me on Twitter.
Okay.
And so now I do have one more follower, technically, but not from the time where I made that arrangement.
So you
that
asked.
pitch or whatever.
So you asked them. Oh, you looked at the timestamp of when they followed.
Well,
you,
no.
just
This
before
is,
that episode aired?
was ages ago, and
Okay.
this friend thing was like this week.
Well, but you don't know that. So you asked them, "Hey, did you follow
No,
me?"
we were
because you
in a
saw me and asked you
conversation,
to
and
follow?
I gave her my Twitter
Okay,
handle.
there you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. I wasn't sure if you're like screening all the new followers that you get now. You send them a little message. You're like, "Hey, did you follow me from such and such place?" And they're like, "No." And you're like, "Okay, I don't have to."
I have to find.
I don't have to
my word
start
is my
writing
bond.
bits yet. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
Now
good.
I'll just assume that if it's somebody, somebody that I don't know, it's
Interesting.
from the show, right?
So I just need to create a fake account
Yeah, that's all you have to
that
do.
has an unrecognizable name.
To trick me into wasting my valuable energy on Twitter jokes.
Well, because you want the show to
Very
be better.
clever.
And,
What does this have to do with the show?
well, because if you become funny, it'll reflect well
Yeah.
on the show.
When is
You
McKinley
want
going to
the
become
show to
funny,
be better.
It's
Well,
That's
I
the
mean,
only
you're the one who
thing-
said you'll start being
the only thing
funny.
our
and
show
you're
is
the one
missing.
who specifically said that you are now not being funny because that Twitter follower wasn't from the show. So you're putting that out there. I'm just.
I didn't
running
actually
with
get to finish that thought.
That's
that was
fair.
that was
What's the end of that thought?
The end of that thought, man.
Yeah,
So they got a new Twitter follower,
cool.
and you should all be proud of me, and that's what this show is about.
We established.
I get to flex that I have one follower on Twitter. No,
Hey.
I'm just making things up.
Hey man.
No, because this
followers
is
than I've got.
this is a weird. Yeah, this is a weird. We have 2 new subscribers. Hello to the both of you.
yeah.
First off, it's cool.
Hello, mothers of friends. What? Don't do what? Don't do this? Is it making noise when I do this? It's making a noise. Really bad noise. Okay. I'm not going to do this. I will not.
Really bad
Because
noise,
it makes a
everybody.
really bad noise.
It's a really
And this
bad
is a
noise.
good show.
I don't know what's going on.
You don't?
I don't-
it's
I don't
your
have
day
a
off.
clue, man.
It's your week off. You don't
It's
have to know.
yeah,
what's
it's
going
my
on
week
now.
off.
You just relax over there, and
you
I'll
recall.
entertain these people. Hello.
That's works for me.
No, you have to.
Let me just-
Hey, what's the deal with pictures, man?
just-
What's the deal with pictures?
gotta
So what's the
relax
deal
over
with
here.
pictures, man?
I'm relaxing.
Yeah,
Thought I was supposed to relax.
you look so
I'm
relaxed.
here to relax.
You should do some puppet show stuff. You see, yeah, some shadow
Yeah?
puppets.
Oh, you
yeah.
can see
You got some shadows over there.
Nice. I gotta find that. Oh yeah, this is dramatic lighting. This is good stuff.
That's great stuff. That's good.
Uh,
That'll be one of the little thumbnails next to this link on
One of the panels.
thumbnail. Yeah,
one of
panels.
the
That's what
famed
those are
sort
called.
of comic panels from
Yeah, it'll be good. Oh, that was a good sound. That was a
really
great
good sound.
That was a
That's what
terrible
we're all
sound.
about.
We're hurting our production manager.
I'm
with headphones on.
refraining from eating my trail mix while we're on the stream.
That's good.
Since it was my week off, I was in a pinch.
Yeah.
Thought I'd go grab some food,
Nice.
and then I came back with what I realized was the loudest food imaginable.
It's not popcorn.
That's true. Popcorn is worse because you have to eat more of it,
Yeah.
and it's just as loud.
Do you think there's ever been a movie theater that's like tried to sub out trail mix for their popcorn for like a weekend?
Back in the day,
Before
there
they
were a
went
lot
out of
of
business.
snacks at a movie theater. Now there are a lot of snacks at a
There's
movie
still no
theater, but
trail
most
mix.
of them aren't being used. You know, it's maybe that's just my assumption.
I'm pretty sure there's still no trail mix.
I
at
would
least at the
believe
one that I
I
used to
would believe
frequent.
it. Yeah, it's the opposite of what you need trail mix for. It's a cozy, crowded, air-conditioned environment. That's about as far as you can get from a trail.
That's true.
When am I going to become funny?
Oh,
No,
hey,
that's really just haunting me.
Interesting.
It's going to continue to haunt me
Well, it could be
in an attempt to become funny.
It could be January 16th.
Oh,
man.
segues.
It could be January 16th
on
the 16th episode.
Roll.
of the 16th
So you're
project
telling me,
we've done.
that
what?
it's January the 16th right
Yeah.
now, and it's the 16th project that we've done.
Yeah, it's the 16th episode. It's the
Some
16th
people would call them
So
episodes.
that's three
yeah.
16s, which is a which
Run that by
some
me
people
again.
could
16
correlate
episodes,
to
days of January,
16 episodes,
and
days of January, 16 projects.
what are 16 projects?
Don't challenge it.
Let's
So there's
discuss
three
this.
16s here. Which some people could correlate to like 316. That's a number that church people would relate to different things. So we could be, hey, we're making inroads to
different
that
things, you
audience,
think?
that demographic.
Just more than
yeah.
one thing?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
lot of-
John 3:16. There's Matthew 3:16. There's Revelation 3:16. There's Psalm 3:16.
I bet you most
I could
books in the
go on.
Bible have a 316.
Yeah, the short. Wait, is no. There's that one. There's the one. Philemon. Isn't that a single chapter guy? Or is it 3 or 4 chapters? There's
Church
a
people
single
throw
chapter
down.
book of the Bible. I'm pretty sure. Or there's like a 2. It might be a 3 chapter. The chapter numbers are arbitrary. It's a very short book.
Also, not all chapters have 16 verses.
Also true. Yeah. So the chapter 3 could not have a 16th verse of whatever book. Anyway, not important. The bit's dead now. So it was a 3-beat bit where it You'd have the 316, or you'd have the it doesn't matter.
So you say there's 316s
something
here.
working up to segmenting off the 6s from the 316s, and then you have a 666, and that would get worked in there somewhere to be a punchline of a ha ha.
You haven't quite connected those dots yet.
Well,
there's math you can do.
There was a way to do it, and then it's fine. But yeah, it's the 16th.
Hey, what was that Jane Austen MMO
That Jane
like?
Austen MMO. I don't know. I never played it, but it looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's dead now, so you can't get online.
Find out what exactly the point of playing the Jane Austen MMO is.
You take walks with friends and talk about things, and you go to dances. Apparently, there was a very enthusiastic community that enjoyed the game a lot. I was doing some reading on it.
You put a good, robust dance engine in any game, and it'll be popular right off the bat.
Where was that in The Witcher? Where was the ballroom dancing in The Witcher? They had a giant. They put Magic the Gathering in that game, and they couldn't put ballroom dancing in it.
Is anything with cards and pictures Magic the Gathering?
No. Magic the Gathering isn't, for example.
Yeah. This is a long-running vendetta for those of you.
It's a bad game. It's not a good game. Magic the Gathering. That's a PSA. Magic the Gathering.
You've already done this
Magic
PSA.
the Gathering is a bad game, and you shouldn't play it.
You've already done this PSA.
Well, we're syndicated now, so nobody cares anymore. Have you seen that Batman Mountain Dew yet? Have you seen that Batman Mountain Dew?
What possible opportunity would I have
Brew.
to see that Batman Mountain Dew?
Batman MMO.
I am so brain dead
That's
right
the thing,
now.
the DC
I am
comics.
firmly. I
Everyone's
am
brain dead.
deep
Mm-hmm.
into the sunken place. I'm gonna stop hitting the table. I'm really gonna try.
With these mics, man.
I'm really gonna try. It's a choice between personality and all of our viewers' eardrums. I gotta save the latter.
You gotta keep up the rich tradition of how you hit the table every episode.
Yeah,
It's important.
that's why they call it personality.
Right.
It's redefined and reinforced
Fair enough.
over the sessions. Let's how about that Riddler brew? Let me tell you, dog.
Yeah, no, it's
How about that Mountain
Can we
Dew?
Google this? I don't remember what the flavor is.
It's called Riddler's brew.
It's called Riddler's Brew.
It's not called Riddler's Dew.
I know,
It's
right?
like
It's right there. These people. That was one of the things that I was like, what?
That's it.
We had a do right there, and we got a sub out for one adding a letter to the whole thing. There it is. And
What
it
in
still
the
doesn't
world?
even. Is that it? No,
What
that's
from
an
Dark
old
Knight,
one. That's
isn't
the
it?
dark berry. Yeah.
Dark
put in,
berry. Not to be confused.
put in
No,
Riddler's
let's
brew.
make this a real podcast story. Let's shift over to the relevant Mountain Dew Batman. We don't want no dark berry.
There it is. Yeah.
We're looking for Riddler's brew. Okay.
So that's can we zoom in on that? Can we enhance that at all to try to get what the flavor
And this is a tie-in for some movie that comes out in 2022.
Yeah. It's the Robert Pattinson.
Hold
Batman.
on. Zoom in. Enhance.
Zoom in on what?
We found something bigger.
just
Mountain
pull
Dew
with the-
Wiki.
There it is.
Mountain Dew Wiki. Scroll
up,
your
scroll
ass
up.
down.
Scroll up or down? Up or down? Which way?
Down.
Down. Okay.
Little
going
more.
down.
A little
To
more.
where it gives us the
Mountain Dew Wiki. Mountain
There's a
Dew
fandom
Wiki.
for Mountain Dew. That's amazing.
Taylor, we found our episode.
Click on this.
I was worried there for a
Click
minute.
on
I'll
this.
admit it.
You know what?
I was a little shaky on the concept.
What's going on?
Why do I bother? What is going on?
It's not switching. Why is it not switching? It's switched.
What?
It's switched. Well, we're just on a delay, right?
Sincere apologies to our 2 new subscribers. Shout outs to you guys.
Did it switch last time?
I think so.
Interesting. Oh well. Wait. Yeah. Well, I'm still here. Deader. Hey McKinley, stall real quick.
Yeah, that'll be easy. That'll be no problem. I'm stalling all the time. This is it. When you say stall, You mean we've got some technical issues to work through?
Well, I mean, we don't know that yet.
We're going to do that. I assume there's a camera on me. And that,
You definitely.
No.
There already was.
That wasn't a suggestion.
If what we're trying to check is the case, then yes, there was.
Yeah, here. Do you want some eyes on the live stream?
No, we've got eyes on live stream. That's what we're doing over here. There's no point in you stalling when that's what we're doing.
No, but that's... The live stream is showing this. The live stream is showing our monitor, our display.
On yours?
Speed it up to right now.
Yeah, you're not...
Yeah.
Catch up to the...
So now it's back to me.
You're behind, because I'm still sitting at the table.
But yeah.
False alarm.
Yeah, we're okay.
We were told...
We're okay.
Things.
There you go. It's time now for you to admit that I've helped in some small way.
Okay.
We gotta make this formal. We are making history right now.
So we've got.
So how about that Riddler
Pictures.
guy?
How
He
do they work?
shows
Yeah,
up
that
on a
Riddler guy.
bottle of sugar sludge. I mean, what's the point of that?
And I thought we were talking about the fact there was a. Yeah. What's the. Yeah.
I was trying very hard to veer us into a discussion of the concept.
Of the Wikipedia
Mountain Dew
for
wiki.
Mountain Dew. Yeah, the wiki. That's weird.
We gotta put something good in the sport.
Well, there's a wiki for everything. There's a VeggieTales wiki. We discovered this.
There's a wiki
we
for
looked up the name and favorite show of the whale from Jonah.
But what exists on a Mountain Dew wiki besides just a list
Mountain
of
Dew
products?
flavor ever. Yeah, no, it's just a list of product. But it's all of the discontinued products.
Something
it's like
tells me it's deeper than that. Something tells me there's...
It's the Mountain Dew Whiteout.
There's some little gems on there.
It's the is there any maybe there's some creepy pasta. Is it just copy pasta if it's not like creepy? Is that what they're called? Is it just a
copy pasta is a different
that's like
a
full,
term
full
that's
floor
spawned.
for the internet? Is that all that means?
No, no.
What's the difference between a creepy pasta and a copy pasta, McKinley?
What a weird way to define me. Let's go. This is my topic. This is my podium on the show.
I'm just asking questions.
So yeah, I was introduced to creepypasta initially as essentially just the viral scary stories of the internet, especially with an element that may suggest they are true or were uploaded by people who lived through the events of them. That name, creepypasta, is a riff off copypasta, which I believe is just a viral set of words. The Navy SEAL copy pasta went around a whole bunch.
What's the Navy SEAL copy pasta?
I don't remember exactly,
but
it was like it was.
What does a copy pasta look like?
I mean, we can look it up. It's a click away.
We could. What's a copy pasta look like?
It's kind of a stock response, a stock meme, a quote, if you will, that you can post or text somebody in a given situation, but it's like a paragraph. Like probably the speech from Taken is probably a almost a real world example of that or whatever. Okay. Like if you left your glasses at my house and I was like, Taylor, I have your glasses, and you said, I don't know where you are, but I will find you and I will get them back, and I have a certain set of skills. That would be a sort of you using that speech as a copy pasta.
Between a meme and a copy pasta then?
One of them is a block of text.
Okay.
That's, again, my understanding of it. I've never used copy pasta in a sentence successfully.
Either. That's, interesting.
Again,
are we looking up copy
you
pasta?
can click it. Let's find out. Let's find out. Ah, there's the Navy SEAL one. Show. What does copy pasta mean? Right there.
Okay, cool. What is the Navy SEAL copy pasta?
I only need 2 buttons. Yeah. What's the point of it?
Click the drop down on
what's the point of.
Yeah. What? No. Okay. The what is the point of copy pasta? Well, now it's changed. There it is. Okay, copy pasta is usually viral material that users want to have spread throughout the internet.
Just a meme. Chain letter.
Not a reference to promotional or purely unwanted spam-like material. Okay, so compares it, to chain letters. Okay. And you have to want it to spread. Weird. Okay. So if something blows up on accident, it wasn't a copy pasta.
You tell me?
Well, it told me that. It told me.
Interesting. So this is an accomplishment. You think there might be a game behind this in terms of let me take this thing and make it as viral and as widespread as I can.
That's what the screen told me.
Right.
That's
Right.
all. I don't know anything about copy pastas. I was asking you about them. I'm not pretending to know anything, and neither are you. And so we're just asking
McKinley
questions
corner.
back and forth. Now.
This is
So there's a wiki
what is
for
going
Mountain
on?
Dew.
It's a wiki for. Let's not forget it.
There's a new. Did we
not
catch
forget
the
where we're
flavor
from.
on the Riddler's Brew Mountain Dew? We have to.
Oh, you wanna know what
we
it
have to
tastes
fill
like
our
without
ad
tasting it.
spot with the certain bits
Yeah.
of information.
Besides Movo,
Yeah. Besides. Hold on.
product placement.
Yeah,
as
we gotta
know.
get our product placement in.
That looks painful.
There it is. It's not.
Can you fix the tape?
What? What do you mean fix the tape?
In that
Is
little corner
Is that
that's
messing
sticking
with
out.
you? Is it messing with you? Are you bothered by messy tape? Interesting. Are you bothered by messy tape, McKinley?
Taylor,
Yes.
that's the least of my worries.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, let's see. On the Google, don't set the camera over yet.
On the Googles.
But pull up.
Honey, get on the
I forgot
Googles.
to set that one up for you. Google 40's parking wheel, because I'm going to be going to that one
What an
as soon as I
absurd
run
string
out
of
of things to do.
words.
I know, right? It really is. We'll get to that.
That'd be interesting.
So you finished Mandalorian, I hear.
How'd you hear that?
finally-
How'd you
we
hear about
finally-
that? How'd you find out that one?
I asked you 4 times in front of the entire internet.
Yeah, I remember. Man. I finished Mandalorian.
What'd you think of it?
Man. I finished that show.
Yeah.
You guys. Finally finished Mandalorian. It's a good one.
Or
a good
Woman DeLorean.
The man and the DeLorean finally teamed up in the last episode. They really pulled the punches on that one.
Yeah.
They were waiting for maximum emotional pull.
Did they get it?
No.
No. So you didn't like the
Well,
Was it
no,
was it
because
the
the
deep
DeLorean
fake?
didn't
Did it
even
pull you
really
out of it?
change over the course of the thing. You hear all this talk about suicide doors, and you're like, oh, the DeLorean's gonna have new doors by the end of the show.
Yeah.
It's gonna change its ways. No, they still open vertically. It's not even.
I just figured
a
they
haunting
would
note.
evolve from suicide doors to murder doors by the end of the show.
Yeah, it's a
The
it's a
car would
Breaking
start
Bad
to take a more
situation.
active role in what was happening. Yeah.
That's the only plot. Yeah, as opposed to the man.
Right.
The man did most of the murder.
Right. Yeah. You have
of
to
the show.
subvert. Yeah. No. Yeah. It's about the machine overtaking the.
He's
it
out of a
asks
job by the end of it.
What is it to be human? And it's agency and choices, right? But then
Yeah.
well, let's test that. Let's take a
you're-
human, what you would think of as human, and let's reduce his agency and let's enhance the agency of this chassis on wheels. And let's see if we can
Compare and
convince you that
contrast.
this chassis on wheels is now more human
Human than
than
the
the
human.
man
Yeah.
inside it. Yeah.
And they
Well,
succeed?
you tell me. You were the one that finished the series
I
last
finished
week.
Mandalorian. Sure enough, hot off the
So
heels.
do you think that he was a man?
Not as much as that DeLorean. His humanity was, of course, defined by his ability to murder people. And
Yeah.
once the DeLorean's doors took over that role, it was clear that like there's no more thresholds that machines can't cross and invade our humanity on.
Fair enough. So we'll never
Also,
know what
they
McKinley
killed
thought
off
of
Baby
Star
Yoda.
Wars.
So
Yeah,
that's kind of sad.
It's always sad.
He got
to
run
see.
over. That was awful.
I did like how they kind of skirted around their rating by just having him dissolve into the Force like everyone in the original trilogy and
like
on
Star
seems
Wars
to do.
stuff,
Yeah,
it's kind of a wink and a nod
Yeah.
to the Star Wars franchise.
And then a wink and a nod.
Many people
to,
have been comparing Mandalorian
we're still
to.
TV 14.
Yeah,
what do you
let's
want?
not forget that show is still TV 14. There's some people that get stabbed in places.
Right.
They don't need to bleed or anything.
Yeah,
They'll be
not if
okay.
they have a face. That's the big thing you can notice if you watch
yeah.
like the animated content for
The
Disney. You
rule.
start to see where the rules are. 'Cause it's like, okay, you can shoot something if it has a mask.
And
But then
we
if
talked about
it's
this
how,
last
yeah,
time.
it breaks the stakes for everything made by Disney, because if you're looking at a group of characters and anyone doesn't have something covering their face, you know nothing bad can happen to that person on screen.
So now that we're all wearing masks,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, Disney doesn't own reality yet. Not yet.
Uh-oh.
Also, they would have to
Would
be
they tell
fully
us if
face
they did?
covering masks. Well, I feel like other companies would start to say things. 'Cause they would be upset that they didn't own reality, and they're not going to let Disney have it.
I wrote a script about simulation theory this week. I finally broke down and did the one thing that I thought I would always be better than.
Yeah, the Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix. Luckily, I put the words "the Matrix" somewhere in the script to know that the audience knows that I know.
That's good. That's good.
I'm gonna
That's
stop hitting
important.
the table.
It's important to let the audience know that you know.
Yeah, you gotta be able to wink out.
You gotta keep that third wall from being a fourth wheel. In that second
What are the three
draft
primary wheels?
of your first
comes to
script
you
on
and your
simulation
audience?
theory?
That's wise words that only I will be able to
Just
take
came full
fully to
circle.
heart. Yeah, that's the one thing to keep in mind.
Yes.
Yes.
That and spiders.
Hey, what's going on with spiders?
I don't
this
know
week?
what's going on with spiders. They're not a topic
look
or
at the
anything.
board
I don't know
real
why I
quick.
said spiders. Why is yeah, no, yeah at the end of the... Oh, that's okay. That's a passive aggressive production note. That's fair.
I thought that was a real topic.
I thought it was too, man. I thought that you had added a final topic at the end of
I
the
added a
board.
first topic.
Yeah, what's pictures if they work? What's that topic?
The first topic is McKinley's week off.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I told you about this week is that I'm gonna have the
Take
week
the
off.
week off. Yeah. And you did mean
it.
from the show, right? You weren't saying
Yes.
I have the week off of work,
Again.
so if you want to hang out, I'm good. Just by saying it's my week off,
No.
and then I never got in touch with you to hang out.
Oh, that wasn't.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure
That is a
not
bizarre mishmash of things that did happen and things that could never happen. What a weird thing.
Wait, what?
This isn't.
So did you have the week off of work?
No.
Okay.
No, because as I said earlier, I have
Everything's fine.
I have the 2 hours off. I have the 2 hours of the stream off.
Oh, okay.
So it would hardly be fair to say that I have a whole week off.
Gotcha. What were you
We're
doing for the
recycling
other
jokes from
16
earlier.
hours of your Saturday?
Of my Saturday.
Like if
yeah.
someone were to make a montage of it. No.
Someone were to do that. Yeah. Let's once again turn this age-old question back on you, because I want you to really hit one of these out of the park. You devised a metric
No, it's
for discussing
I keep
somebody's
writing
week
these songs
on the
down,
show.
and I don't remember where I write them down, and I don't have.
Well, that's a strange problem to have, especially when you have
It's a
a
strange problem
document
to have.
for
I
things
do,
to
yeah,
talk
and
about
for
on the
some
show.
reason I didn't put it on
You
there. and
never
I
have
think
any
I put
trouble
one in a
locating.
notebook.
Why are we
that's
talking over
outside
each
of my
other
apartment.
24/7 on this stream? That can't be good.
Well,
That
this
can't
stream
be good
isn't
to listen to.
24/7.
Yeah, we just went over this. It's only 2 hours.
Yeah.
Only 2 hours. There you go. I got my one good moment in. I can retire as
It
champion.
was a great moment.
It was a historic moment.
Was it?
I think so.
The history of what? What was that moment?
The history of
was
what do you call it?
momentous.
Pigismals.
Pigesnals.
There you
Okay,
go.
yeah.
There you go.
Well, I don't call it that. People call it that. It's like a parking wheel.
It's like a parking wheel.
Have you seen that?
I gotta say,
Have you
that's
seen these
kind of
parking wheels?
ingenious.
Yeah, no, there's
Yeah.
a video.
It's really a fourth
somewhere.
wheel in the third act of our show.
Yeah, it's here.
Fourth wheel and the fifth wheel and the fourth
Open a new
decade
tab.
and the
Hop
third.
over to YouTube. Throw it into YouTube. There. I know there is a video of this thing. Yeah. So in the 40s, there was this concept made for a parking wheel for parallel parking. Letting them know.
Oh, it's for
while we look it
parallel
up. It's for
parking.
parallel parking, right? So you just
wow.
you don't have to back into parallel park. You go. You take the car. You go in forward, and then you deploy the wheel, and it just kind of just kind of gets your car where you need to be. We got the.
You make it sound so
Pull up
automatic.
the second one. Pull up the second one down. Turn off its audio just so that we know there won't be any issues.
And there are now processes for automatically parallel parking your
No
car.
thanks.
Who's ahead of their time? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
we're gonna be showing a video on stream. This is exciting.
You ready to go?
This is exciting. This is like the time they wheeled that big TV into history class.
Right. Let's see what happens. So he's reaching down there.
I love old footage.
Right,
I really
it's
do.
good.
This
Wheel
is
goes
motorized. It lifts the car?
Yeah, watch this. It gets cooler. Look at it just. It's so good.
Wow.
And then you just back out.
That is nimble.
There was one
That
of
is
it.
nimble. It's got to be a whole wheel too.
I hope that it shows it actually
Amazing.
parking instead of just getting out, because it
Amazing.
looks glorious when he's actually parking. Oh, it's just gonna. Yeah.
You can turn on a dime. You can change the direction your
It's
car is
amazing.
facing.
Why didn't we? This was in the 40s. Why didn't we implement this into cars? Why don't all cars have a parking wheel?
You'd prefer to have something like this,
Right?
you think?
I would you not want to have something like that? Would you rather parallel park the way that you've been taught to, McKinley, or would you rather have an awesome
Fifth wheel.
I never read any of the
wheel?
Dr. Dolittle books, but that's the kind of stuff that I know that his thing is animals, not inventions.
Okay.
But like that's
Keep
you
talking.
picture Dr. Dolittle's car having a fifth parking wheel. Right?
Okay.
It's very. Like,
But you never read any of the books.
I never read any
You're
of
just
the
picturing
books.
Dr. Dolittle. Just for
I
kicks.
looked at the cover.
that noise?
I keep sliding my phone on the table. I looked at the cover of a Dr. Dolittle
Okay.
once.
And you saw a car like with
stared at it for about
fancy
2
gadgets
minutes.
and inventions.
He was on like a bicycle. And
Okay.
He had a pile of animals stacked on top of him. I was wearing a monkey for a hat, and the monkey had a hat. I thought it was a bit of a hat on a hat, but it wasn't, because it was a hat on a monkey on a head. Technicalities, folks.
This is wild. This is
Lazy
wild.
art.
Lazy art.
Yeah, no, and from that I extrapolated. He probably has a fifth parking wheel on his car, obviously. Also, he's played by Robert Downey Jr. and definitely he would have.
Yeah.
Why don't
Man,
Teslas?
that was an old
Elon
car.
Musk, if you're because you watch the show, put a fifth parking wheel in your Teslas. It'd be great. It would help with the
As we know, are the only cars of the future.
right. How they say that there's the Easter egg for Teslas that makes them dance to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra or whatever whatever it is, and it's like dance, but it doesn't do what you'd think when it says dance. You picture the car like moving, right, covering ground, like you'd have to park it in the middle of like an airstrip or an empty parking
Give it
lot.
space to dance.
But no, the doors just kind of jiggle and lights flash and stuff. It's very underwhelming. But if you had a
so
fifth
funny.
wheel that could go down, and your car could do crazy spins,
Yeah.
you could choreograph a pretty great car dance.
Okay, car ballet.
Right.
It's gonna
You
happen.
could do a car ballet.
You need a fifth wheel.
You just need a fifth wheel.
for it. That's
That's
great.
all you need.
That's great.
Yeah.
You need to get in contact with the Demolition Derby people, because I'm sure they would be eager.
Pretty
Absolutely.
great.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not sure how well that a fifth parking wheel would hold up to collision.
Oh, not at all. No.
Yeah.
They're going to replace their act with ballet, so it doesn't matter. Same folks.
It's
Your
just a bunch
shtick.
of cars and they're just synchronized. Just have line dances of cars.
That'd be good. You got to keep the human
They're all
component there to keep
DeLoreans.
it impressive.
Yeah.
They're all DeLoreans.
That's how you keep the human
That's a
element.
sequel
They're all
show.
murderous DeLoreans.
They're all DeLoreans.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
there men in them?
No. Then you get
That's just unsafe.
yeah, you get sued
Yeah. Somebody might get run over and then evaporate.
because they tried to sue you.
How about that? How about that weird computer-generated face, man?
Computer
How
generated
about that
face.
one
We've
on the
had computer-
Mandalorian?
Oh yeah, the
How you
bad
feeling?
deepfake. It's terrible.
Deepfake,
No,
that's
it's
what
bad.
it's called.
Yeah, it's literally just a deepfake. That's the other thing. Like Star Wars has done computer generated faces, right? We've done computer generated people. Tarkin in Rogue One was completely CGI. They did some motion capture for movements and things,
Yeah.
but like what you're seeing isn't an actual actor.
No, there was a horrible reanimated CGI.
Yeah, it was horrible,
man.
but it looked more like an actual person than that deep fake did. So we have the technology, and we're just going to go for a deep fake instead. Also, de-aging the voice with audio, I guess impressive, but also it just sounded quiet. The mixing was a little, I don't know. I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed what they were doing. I enjoyed the story beat.
Spoilers for The Mandalorian.
Yeah, spoilers for The Mandalorian. There's
Season 2
Jedi that we all know and love that returns for the final episode. I'm still softening. I don't know why I'm still softening the spoiler, because if we just said spoiler warning, so everybody who cares about the spoiler has tuned out, and we've cut our viewership. But so yeah,
he's an emotionless
Skywalker comes back. Luke Skywalker comes back, and it's the ghost of Mark Hamill.
The main problem.
He is an emotionless husk, which technically, I mean, it's Luke Skywalker at the peak of his like Jedi shtick.
Yeah.
And like when he walks into Jabba's palace, he's being very emotionless and planky. So like that could have just been how Luke was. He's trying to not make the mistakes his father made of being overly emotional and becoming the Dark Lord of the sand. And he's overcorrect
through special effects drawbacks.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I didn't enjoy that. And then I went online to find out that I'm the bad guy for not liking it. I found out it wasn't the popular opinion to dislike the deep fake man. Let me tell you.
Must
way
be
more people are saying, no, we love the moment. Yeah, no, I'm used to being on the right side.
I'm sorry, you have to go through this experience of not... of not lining up with your fellow herd of Star Wars fanboys this time around.
Yeah, it's fun.
The emotional pain must be resonant.
It's very painful, but yeah, I enjoyed the story beat, but it just breaks immersion, man. Could have had Sebastian Stan. Would have been more.
As young Luke Skywalker.
I think it would have been good. It would have been good. Young old Luke Skywalker, old young Luke Skywalker, and his age lines up. It's good. It's good. They're probably going to. I'll bet you anything that in like season 3 or 4 of The Mandalorian, if they bring Luke back, they're gonna bring Sebastian Stan in.
Yeah.
I'll put money on that.
Okay. So we'll knock that out. A good show with the one questionable face. You reckon?
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to shout out the best face on the show, Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
I want Mando to take his helmet off all the time now.
Terrible.
Ever since he took it off with Bill Burr, I was like, wait a second, this guy can act. This guy can actually act. And they put him inside a garbage can for the whole series.
He's acting in the garbage can, though.
He's clearly acting
doing
in
the right head
He
tilt.
does great. He's got his body language down. He's got his voice acting down.
He's doing amazing.
All that said, I was very happy with him in an Imperial uniform, like going through motions and emotions simultaneously.
You can still see his emotion with the helmet on. What's up? We got a
chat.
We got a chat? Oh, hey, we have a chat.
Hi to our viewers.
Return of the chat.
It's delayed because I wasn't paying attention.
That's fine. What's it about?
Producer stuff.
It says, it's from Brandes. It says, I think Ani may have finally convinced me to watch The Mandalorian.
Hey! Everyone should watch The Mandalorian. It's the best Star Wars to come out of Disney. But also shout out to the return of Brandes in the chat. That's awesome. Hello.
Back on board.
But yeah, no.
What's interesting?
It's definitely. Would you say that The Mandalorian is worth watching, McKinley? Or would you say that it's worth
this one
caring
gives
about
me
watching?
One thumbs up.
Yeah,
But you don't need to hear it from me.
Interesting. Only one.
You don't need
up.
to hear it from me.
Just the one thumbs
you
up.
Don't even need that.
What gets 2 thumbs up?
Because
from you? What's a piece of media that gets 2 thumbs up from McKinley?
What's happening here? Are you giving me my soapbox right now?
Sure.
What is this?
Yeah.
What is this about? Where is this getting? I don't trust it personally. Personally, I think I should.
What's a 2 thumbs up?
I gotta approach this cautiously. Okay.
What's
you know, what if it's a trap?
Piece of media from the viewership of McKinley Wood?
I gotta really consider this.
Yeah.
What if I answer the doorbell?
Yeah.
And you just like take a swing at my shins, okay? What if that's what this situation is? What if now that I have a chance to talk about a piece of media that I would give 2 thumbs up, it's a trap? I've built it up so much
you
at
say
this
you're
point. You're gonna do
scared
the
of
interrupting
rejection,
cow
McKinley?
bit. Yeah, there it was. There it was. I'm not scared of anything. 'Cause I can see it coming a mile away. Hi, I'm McKinley. This week I watched a film called Hunt for the Wilder People, my friend, and no spoilers for it. No way.
But for
I
Hunt
know
for the
you.
Wilder People.
You're gonna spoil. You got it, man. I could talk about it all day long.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
It's my favorite thing to talk about. I prefer the old It.
Okay,
Honestly.
you've come down on that.
I've got.
You've
yeah,
not
no,
seen both of the new ones.
I've seen
all the old one.
all of the It's.
Okay,
Every It
interesting.
has been seen by me. I've seen the It with the guy. I've seen the It with the other guy.
It's amazing.
You haven't seen It?
I haven't seen any.
Wow, you've never seen it. You haven't seen any It. This bit has gone on way too long.
Pretty good.
Let's Hunt for the Wilder
Let's go
People.
longer.
About.
Hunt for the Wilder People. A film by Taika Waititi.
Okay, when did it
As
come
it
out?
says, 2016.
2016.
I happen to know all this. I saw it yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Who directed it?
Taika Waititi.
Who wrote it?
Taika Waititi.
Who stars?
New Zealand people.
Okay. Why are they Wilder?
New Zealand people in every role.
So-
I know nothing about New Zealand, and it was a great movie. That's my review.
And it gets 2 thumbs up.
Oh, I didn't say that.
What's the meeting of the goddess in
on.
Hunt for the Wilder? What's the meeting of the
The
goddess?
I should probably. Well, I don't want to. I really don't want to spoil it.
Well,
because everything that. See, even if I begin to explain, I think there's a fairly major spoiler. Yeah, well, you got to pick your battles. I picked the wrong one. Watch Cube from 2001. Watch
what's the meeting of the goddess with Cube?
they never meet anyone. They never make it out of the cube. They all die horribly. Spoilers for Cube, by the way.
What's the crossing of the threshold?
Watch Catch Me If You Can, starring Tom Hanks, Christopher Walken, Leonardo DiCaprio, Steven Spielberg, and John.
What's the meeting with the goddess for that?
Let me see. Let me think. Leo, as Frank Abagnale, finds true love.
Where?
With a nurse.
When?
I guess toward the end of his criminal career.
Okay. In the
In a
film, when
hospital
is
he's working
that?
at. Okay. Let me
Like
write
if you
this
put
down.
the length of the film.
Yeah,
on a
yeah. Where would it go
12-hour
on the little
clock,
scrub?
What time is it?
Okay, well that's not helpful at all.
It starts at noon, it ends at noon.
That's a 24-hour clock.
No, it's a 12-hour clock. It goes down. It starts at noon, it ends at midnight, whatever. It starts at 12, it ends at 12. That's all you need to know. It's a 12-hour clock.
Yeah,
The movie starts and ends at 12.
That's a way clearer description of what a 12-hour clock is.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
So
So what time of day is it?
on the clock
Let me
when
see.
Leo finds love in that
Let me
movie?
see. Maybe 9 o'clock. I don't
9
know.
o'clock. Okay,
Maybe,
cool. Yeah.
maybe a little earlier. Maybe
Nice.
8 o'clock.
All I wanted to
How's that line up?
Hmm?
Meeting of the
Act
goddess.
What?
Works.
End of Act 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
just
go.
about.
We're in the 75 point.
It's good. It's good.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
in there.
And then things get wild. Let's get hairy for this guy. It's
'Cause of
based
the
on a
people?
true story
Wait,
as
we're not
well.
talking about. Okay.
It's a really good. Yeah, what are we talking about? What's up?
Well, I was trying to circle back to Hunt for the Wilder People.
Oh yeah, good film. But again, I really can't. The main reason that I liked it so much, if you just had me pick one right off the top of my head, it would be the surprise value.
What's the most surprising about it, McKinley?
That's the thing. I would be committing a crime if I were to spoil this movie for some other people. Because I watched it with
Tonight,
Jess.
we are going to commit a crime live on the internet.
Well, it might as well be check fraud. In Catch Me If You Can, Frank W. Abagnale journeys across the country, staying one step ahead
Us
of
talking about a
FBI
crime.
investigators.
We're not committing a
Tom
crime
Hanks.
by talking about someone committing check fraud.
No, that's a fair point. Otherwise, they would have arrested Tom Hanks because it's all he talks about. It becomes his obsession. See, devoid of a family, he's clearly filling the hole in his life through the quest for Abigail, through the ongoing chase.
Is Tom Hanks
Titles the film.
Is Tom Hanks the guy that writes the fraudulent check?
He's the FBI.
Okay, so Leo's the one who writes the fraudulent check. Okay. Does Leo ever talk about writing the fraudulent check?
Does he ever talk about it?
Yeah.
Yes. Toward the end of the film, he discusses the process.
Does he say allegedly every time that he says I wrote a fraudulent check?
He points the camera.
Because they can't convict you if you say that you allegedly did something. I learned that from White Collar.
That's great.
It's
Thank you, White Collar.
Probably not true.
So, well, it's true. Yeah.
It is true? Nice.
Okay. So now that we have that confirmed,
white collar crime procedural.
Now that we have that confirmed, and now that you're on camera before your audience, God in the world, Taylor, is there anything you would like to confess that you have allegedly done?
I allegedly started a live show that wasn't funny.
It's hearsay.
It's hearsay. That's good.
They've got to learn to be funny.
That's going to have to be a future episode title. Learn to be funny. That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that's
Won't that be a fun episode to make? Well, didn't we have a good time that time in the on that other episode?
Learn to be funny. Yeah.
What do we got? So we did the 40s parking wheel.
Yeah. You'd like to see it return, the 40s parking wheel.
Have you watched any Disenchantment?
Not a bit.
Yeah.
Not a bit. I've heard it was a letdown to some people, and I believe when I talked to you about it last, you were like, no, it's pretty good.
It's okay. It's getting better this third season. The third season just released last Friday.
Okay. That's what's topical here.
It's gotten me to say ha out loud 2 or 3 times. The rest of the show, seasons 1 and 2...
failed to draw a laugh?
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like, you watch Futurama and you're laughing multiple times an episode through most of the seasons. You watch the second to 8th season of The Simpsons, you're laughing at least every episode. You watch Disenchantment, you'll smile 3 times every episode. You're never... what's the word? It's like automatically, but a little less.
You're never organically laughing.
Yeah. You're never unintentionally. You don't spontaneously laugh out loud during this show, and it's saddening. Because the show is telling a lot of jokes.
The volume.
A lot of jokes.
The joke volume. I'm sure.
There's a lot of jokes in this show, and some of them are hitting now. So it's great. Everybody go watch Disenchantment. It's also getting more interesting. It's also getting interesting.
It's a show chock full of jokes, and some of them are even hitting.
That's it. Gets
3 seasons in.
It gets half of a single thumbs up from me.
That's amazing.
It's good. It's good. There's a new season of that now, and also WandaVision just hit Disney Plus.
I was just discussing that show.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. I love our review segment.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Review segment where I frenetically, haphazardly try and discuss things I like.
you enjoyed
and brought up, only for Taylor to specifically bring up things that he can kind of downplay and say aren't that great.
Well, I asked you to talk about this Hunt for the Wilder People, and you were like, "Oh no, man, can't talk about that. It's really great. It's too good to talk about. It's so good, I can't talk about it."
What arbitrary reason could he possibly have that he said 3 times for not talking?
Because it's so good.
About the specific details of this film.
Because the best parts I can't talk about.
Let me tell you.
But don't stop me from talking about it.
What?
You talk about Hunt for the Wilder People. Talk about it. You said why are you? I'm talking about things that I enjoy. You're talking about things you don't even enjoy.
Films?
I like Taika Waititi films.
For example,
he made the series finale of The Mandalorian season 1. That was a very good episode. That was a great movie. I enjoyed it. It was a great film. And then there's that other Disney thing, Ragnarok, that he did, and that was okay. It was fun. It was all right.
That's where Ragnarok goes for you. It's in the bin of that other
Jojo Rabbit
Disney
was a
thing.
masterpiece.
It was
That's great.
Why
We
are
all
we
know
talking
this.
over each other constantly on this show?
I'm
What is
answering the question
happening?
that you asked me. You asked me what movies I liked by Taika Waititi. Jojo Rabbit was really good.
A masterpiece
Ragnarok was
a masterpiece.
Jojo Rabbit gets 2 thumbs up. Ragnarok gets a 3/4 thumbs up, and season finale of Mandalorian gets a 1.5 thumbs up.
Nice. You want to convert that to a system of 6 stars?
I tried to launch Starbead
21
last week, and nobody was having it. So
What does that mean?
I'm working
you tried
on
to
thumbs
launch
now.
Star Beads?
Yeah, it was Starbeads. 24.5 Starbead rubric for rating.
Should I know what that is?
It's from last week's episode.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't get it when you said it then either.
Right, no, it's just a thing.
A word
It's
you made up.
Yeah,
Starbead.
Yeah, Starbeads.
Okay, cool.
It's a Starbead.
Cool. Well, now I can get
You
behind.
put it on a scale of 24.5.
Now
and
there's
they're
something
they're
going
little
on.
dots,
There's something
and you
to
fill them up at the bottom of your review.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, no, nobody liked it. So now we're on a system of 2 thumbs and fractions thereof.
It's a degrees-based
You gotta
system.
get with the times, man. Keep up. It's good.
Yeah,
Going with
keep up,
thumbs.
keep up.
We're a
Get with the times.
thumb-based
Get with the time
society now. This is how we
Just like the
prevailed
good
as a
old days.
species.
Yeah. You think if we knew that, we would
By
have
the
thumb-based
skin of our
gods
thumbs.
in the folklore?
Yeah, there isn't a god of thumbs, is there?
Not yet.
There's got to be 2 of them, right? And they're always at odds with each other. They're the opposed thumb
Well, on
brothers.
the one hand, and on the other hand,
That's good. I like that.
how did that get you? How is that the one funny thing I've said all night? Oh man, this is a wild show. This is a wild show. Let's talk about pictures if they work.
I didn't write that down. I thought you wrote that down.
I wrote that.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the deal with pictures?
You said you had pictures. If they work, if you could get them to work.
Oh yeah, no, I was talking about having the Google search that would work. Yeah, I was talking about this last week too, that we'd be able to show things on the live stream. I'm still not sure how I like it because we're looking at YouTube, but we're looking at the page of YouTube, and I feel like I need to like do a bit more prep where I open up the video, I put the video to full screen in the window, and then I put it on its own tab so you can click on the tab and then you just have the video full screen and that's what people can see. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We're talking about
minutes of
making
prep.
a show that we're
A little
on.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Let's talk Credo.
Credo?
Yeah.
Why?
Let's.
I'm engaging in a dialogue.
Why
Exactly. Well, you
not?
can't. You're answering a question with a question, which just means I'm going to start answering more of your questions with questions because we're
Okay.
we're
Okay. Well, then
establishing-
I'll answer your question with an answer. What do you think of that?
Okay. Why are we talking about Credo?
Because it could be helpful to our future development as a show. Something you're obviously willing not only to engage in but to discuss on the stream.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Something that just happened
Yes. Allegedly.
on film. Allegedly.
So Credo.
That's what we have now. Yeah. Let's talk mission statement. What are we? What do you want?
Hey,
to
this
do?
was a topic on my phone that didn't make the sandwich board. Was
Amazing. One of your topics for the show is something that I sent you that you didn't read, and something. And one of my topics for the show is something that you looked at yourself and said not good enough.
right. It's good.
Amazing.
It's great.
It's like poetry, you know.
Yeah.
It's like synergy, you know. It's yin and yang. Let's take a look at that notes app.
We've
This has
got.
been a laborious process, but once we get there, we are going to know what to do.
Well, at the top it says episode 15 fiasco because this episode was supposed to be more put together. Under that I had should this show exist ? Because I wrote all 3 of these things Sunday, after doing last week's show. And then what should we talk about?
So last week's show made you question if this show should exist.
What? No, I never said that.
He questions that daily.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But specifically.
so, Credo. Specifically.
After last week's show. Perhaps our most rousing success.
That's good.
In terms of episodes. What? What?
I'm following along with you. We're talking about Credo.
Yeah, we're talking about Credo here. Mission statement. You had it in your phone, you said.
No, I didn't say I had a mission statement in my phone. I said that talking about what the point of the show should be was a segment in my
We got an interruption.
phone. Do we have a
I need to
chat?
find a better
have a
word
chat.
for that.
We have a chat.
We have a notification.
Brandis asked, Hunt for the Wilder People or Mandalorian first?
Oh, debate time. Only you get to hold all the cards because you said you could spoil your show, and I don't want to do anything past the 15
Right, yeah,
minute
so
mark.
if we're each doing a pitch, you're going to get more information about Mandalorian, which arguably would be a reason that you should go watch Hunt for the Wilder People, because you will know more about Mandalorian, and then you can use the time spent watching
That's
Wilder People to forget the things that you learned about Mandalorian so that you
That's
can
it.
enjoy it when you watch it. However, you should still watch Mandalorian first, because it's just better, obviously, and it's Star Wars.
Have you seen Hunt for the Wilder People?
I haven't.
I rest my case.
Yeah, but I have seen Mandalorian, and I'm glad that I've seen Mandalorian. And if I had to trade in having had seen Mandalorian to have had seen Hunt for the Wilder People, I wouldn't do it.
Well, that's a simple question of the gambler's philosophy, right? Do you want to trade what's behind door number 2 for door number 3? Stick or switch, Taylor. It's the Monty Hall paradox.
McKinley,
personal
what's your
philosophy.
case?
My case is I'm attacking Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am what's known in legal circles as the persecutor. And he's the defendoid.
Right.
So
Not by me again?
it means I've got him on the back foot, which is only 1 foot away from the rope.
The back foot is where all the power comes from. I'm right where I need to be.
Yeah, okay, we were talking about something a second ago. I
We
can't
were
believe
talking
how
about
fast
the
we
show
get
having a
derailed.
point.
This is hilarious. Yeah, we were talking about Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, as is well established, you would choose something you know and like over something that you don't know. And
Not always, but in
and,
this
and
case,
can't
if
form
it's
a
Star Wars,
complete
absolutely.
opinion on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, how about that? So, we got the Hunt for the Wilder People.
Star Wars. I'm sorry, I just care more about Star Wars.
It's a bold,
It's fine.
personal film, and it doesn't care about your feelings about Star Wars. Let me tell you.
Losing interest.
Yeah, it's trying to lose you. Okay, maybe Hunt for the Wilder People is better than Taylor. Maybe it's not for everybody.
Well, if the show's trying to lose you, is that a show you should be watching? I mean, you might
That's a great argument.
Here in your
It
media.
is a great argument. Just like
great
this is elitist stuff.
Right.
No, it's really not. It's really no, I'm caught between doing a
He's
bit
got me on
and
the
doing
back
a
foot,
legit
folks.
thing, yeah.
Brandon says
I don't care. I'm throwing
the
it.
mystery is more appealing to her currently.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, what did I tell you? Highest on the list of my values for a movie that I just saw and just loved is that surprise factor and that just sheer going along for the ride of Wilder People. You got some twists, you got some turns. Now, I'm not going to call The Mandalorian predictable, but it's no Hunt for the Wilder People. It's no Hunt for the Wilder People. You've got established filmmaker, of course, Taika Waititi, doing his thing, walking the all-important line between sincerity, truth, and humor. It's kind of a three-way line. It splits around. There's 3 sides to a line, as we all
That's
know.
a triangle.
It's a line segment.
Or a Y.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be
It's an axis.
Is it possible to draw a line that there's 3 sides of it? I'm on this
No.
side of the line, you're on this side of the line, you're on this side of the line. It would have to be a Y.
Yeah.
It would just be a Y.
It's a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk
Although
about stuff
technically a
like this.
fork has more than 3 sides because you can be on either side of any of those forks.
I don't follow.
Which is why you need a filled triangle.
Well, there's only
be
2
on
sides.
3
of it.
sides
There's
of-
only 2 sides of a filled triangle, inside and outside.
No, you can't be inside
could
of a
be
filled triangle.
inside the
It's
line.
filled. It's already filled. You can't be inside of it. That's why. That's why, because a hollow triangle would have 4 sides because you're inside or you're on any of the outsides. So you fill the triangle, then you can only stand outside of it. Now there's only 3 sides to be
Now
on.
you're saying there's lines outside the triangle.
No.
Well, then there's only
You fill the triangle. You can now only
all
be
the space
on
outside
so
the
many sides of
triangle.
yeah.
Is kind of the same side of the line.
No, not of the line. No, there's 3
the same
lines.
side of the
in
line.
this. We're not calling the triangle a line. The triangle
was
is
the
made of
original
3
conceit.
lines. There are 3 sides to be on. The
Taylor.
line. If you take 3 lines that are joined in a kind of fork, you now have this side of this part of the fork to be on. You have the other side of it to be on. Then you have it all becomes relative, and you end up with like 6 to 9 sides of that 3-sided line to be on.
If you're talking about the physical sides of the lines,
Right.
I finally got
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You were talking about if the lines were physical objects,
Right. If you're taking it geometrically, then you have to.
there might be a side on the line.
Well, because a 3-sided line that
assuming
doesn't
that any
exist,
given line
you can
only
do
has 2
anything if
sides.
you're not putting it in physical space. You can be on as many sides of a circle as you
This
want
is a
if
real
it's not a real
three-sided
circle.
dice situation. You remember the 3-sided dice story?
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's a cylinder.
You want to tell it?
What? No, I don't remember it that well.
Okay. One time we talked about a 3-sided dice.
Yeah.
Good times.
It was good.
Yeah. It's kind of that conversation all over again. This is interesting. This is an interesting show. I don't let me tell you.
You ever just have an existential crisis on a live stream? Because I haven't yet, but I watched one on TikTok, and it was very interesting.
That was a nice bait and switch. You haven't yet. Might have it. Okay, so you saw a TikTok.
You see, so you
Of a live stream.
You've seen TikTok, right? You've come into contact with TikTok
Sure.
a couple various times. Do you have the app?
No.
Do you have the app TikTok on your phone? Have you ever been to TikTok?
No.
Do you know anything about TikTok? Okay, so it's like if
I wouldn't know if I didn't know.
if YouTube was Instagram and worked a little like Snapchat without the messaging, except with the messaging but without the pictures in the messaging.
It's very informative.
And there's no video chat. That's one thing that sets it apart from all the other social media apps, as far as I can tell. Because all of the other social media apps have a video call feature, and TikTok does not.
Huh.
And neither does YouTube. You can't video call with YouTube. That's how it's keeping itself more on the, we're kind of a content platform. We're not just a social media, but we have everything else that would just make you a social media platform. But we're not, because you can't video call. But you can message and you can have friends and you can... Anyway. But anyway, so we're as a society, we've just built content creation into just what people do now. That like if you're a certain like... If you're just part of society and aren't paying attention, you will aggregate like pieces of what can arguably be called content, that'll get put up onto whatever apps for other people to consume. And so we're just building in broadcasting. We're building broadcasting we're replacing journaling with broadcasting kind of in a weird way if you're not paying, if you just kind of do things as you do. And it's really weird because you're having like people. There's a person who plays piano on TikTok that I was following, right? And you'd be flipping through TikTok, and the way that it works is you can just be flipping through your For You page, as it's called, and if someone's doing a live stream, it'll just eventually come up. And so you see the person come up. You see one of their videos where they're playing piano, you click follow on the thing, so you're like, classical music, that's a fun thing to have, breaking up the algorithm of Star Wars montages. So you keep scrolling through your TikTok, and eventually they're playing piano live, and it's cool, and you'll hang out and you'll watch the piano be played live sometimes.
Like
and then, but then you get to, you're scrolling through it, and then it's that channel or social media page. We're gonna pause for quote sounds.
Yeah.
There we go.
Negated.
It's good. So you're scrolling through. I'm pretty sure that'll be fine in the post roll. It'll be good. It'll be good. I've heard what these mics do to fabric after they're recorded, and the monitor's a little beefed up. It's R.I.P. your ears. I'm sorry. But if part of that cringe is for the listeners at home, sound off in the comments if that killed your ears, because I'm pretty sure it didn't. And if I'm lying, I want to know. Anyways, so you're scrolling through TikTok and the piano channel comes up, right? But it's just the person like sitting in their room talking to their followers about whether they should continue to pursue music at the school they're going to. And it's weird because we're building. It was just an interesting thing to watch and be like, interesting. This is just what people do, what we do now when we have thoughts. We're building. We turn to, and we've seen it for years because you have the friends on social media that will just collapse into when Facebook was newer, this was more prevalent. People would just collapse into a long Facebook post when they needed to get something off their chest or whatever. And so when you have the social media platforms that are new, people just exist within them for a bit, and it's just interesting to see things like that. And it's like interesting. So we're just gonna start and yeah. They're just processing through events, and you're having the chat like telling you what you should do with your life, which was interesting to see what was going on with that and how they were interacting with. It was
who else are you going to turn to?
Exactly. Well, right. Yeah. Well, begging the question, right? I mean, because arguably there would be better people, or maybe there wouldn't. Who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows? It's interesting. It interested me. I was curious.
Gotta say.
And then 2 days later, I was scrolling through my TikTok, and there they were live streaming piano music again. So and then,
yeah, that's interesting. Have you ever witnessed anything like this on the internet before? Someone you're following going through kind of a dramatic shift in
Not somebody
content
that I was
toward specifically the more personal?
Not somebody that I followed personally. I don't think. Like you'd see no. Like it's a phenomenon. Well, no, it's a phenomenon. Like there's a meme of internet meltdown, right? Where it's like, oh, someone who has a platform just talking about their life to a camera.
A regular breakdown that happens to be broadcasted.
Right, exactly.
Or a social media induced breakdown.
Or that, I mean, you have all
of these
things.
Kind of
it's a spectrum. You have your run, you've got everything there. You've got your, because like I was what was brought to my mind when you said that was, well, on YouTube there was the do you remember the video of the person who made the YouTube video right after his World of Warcraft account got hacked? And then deleted, and he couldn't access it, and then he was just talking it out because he had spent like 6 years and multiple thousands of dollars on like in-game content for that, and just suddenly that was just completely gone, and all he could do was vent to a webcam because it was weird. And it's interesting, and then like and people are, and this is becoming more of a normal thing. It's something that like it almost seemed for a second that people had like learned not to do or decided not to do.
Interesting.
Because like you had seen that kind of behavior die off of Facebook, you'd kind of seen it die off of YouTube to an extent, or at least become more monetized, more of there are channels for this kind of content, less than this will randomly be a thing that happens on any given channel, right? But now, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just interesting. It's interesting to see that kind of thing where it's like, oh, we're learning how to exist in multiple places at once. It's strange. What are your thoughts on that, McKinley? What are your thoughts on existing online?
Don't do it, kids.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Stay in school, man. See, learn from good old McKinley, okay? You know? On a live stream.
Yeah.
On my week off.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it, kid. This could happen to you.
Don't go online.
This could be you.
That's that topic.
This is your brain on live streams, man.
I thought that would be more conversational than it.
Yeah, no, me too. I got some.
You got some thoughts?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
It's complicated, you know.
Yeah.
I have seen this kind of thing.
Right.
I put myself in their shoes, as I said earlier.
Sure.
It's kind of I kind of can't help but wonder if I had a following, what sort of things would involve them and wouldn't. And I don't know. Let's say I have 18 subscribers who are curious to hear what I have to say.
Yeah.
Am I gonna in any way involve them?
Well, how would you? Yeah. What would you? Yeah. Well, what would you be thinking about?
What discuss the wider scope of my life with them?
What would be your considerations for reasons for and against doing that? What are the things that you're thinking about?
Well, I think most obviously, how integrated into your life already is it?
It being that
interacting
online
with your following.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. If this is something, say I did every week, then maybe it would be something that I, would feel more comfortable reaching out to. I mean, let me ask you another question.
Sure.
How different is this from something like what Dan Harmon discusses on his podcast?
Right.
These absurdly personal details that he'll just bring in front of an audience and just kind of like throw at them, swing at them like a frisbee.
Yeah, it's not that different. I don't think.
Or indeed some of the things that you talk about in your live stream that could never be described as a breakdown or an existential crisis per se, but are just the sort of random personal details of like of the minutia of your day-to-day life, that become topics, that become content. Yeah. Where is the line?
Who knows? But so where? Because. So I don't know, because like I'll say certain details and things on a live stream, but like whereabouts do you think that line is for you then? Like where's your?
Again, that's like totally dependent on my, I think, hypothetical following, because really trying to put myself in this headspace, I don't think it would be far-fetched at all if I say I was musically talented and I was sharing that talent with people on a platform, and they regularly tuned in to see it, and then I hit a decision point in my life that regarded music. And if you want to compound that with the age-old question of who is there better to go to for this kind of thing, in my day-to-day life, if I reflected for a minute and said, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because then you're talking only to people that tune in to watch you performing, and if you're curious about whether you should be performing or not.
Sure, but
you're
like
only
maybe
talking to people that theoretically want you to be performing. That the answer you're going to get if you go to that group.
Which might be entirely what you need.
Maybe.
You might need to go somewhere to get the answer, a certain answer that you
That's
at least
fair enough.
are willing to say is more likely to get it there. I would react completely differently. I think the stream of my life in a wider sense would be flowing very differently. If I had approval and validation on certain things, I would be doing those things more. And even if deep down in my heart I want to be doing them and I want to be pursuing them, something that is holding me back, maybe within my own psychology even, is a lack of that.
Interesting. Like a lack of validation, a lack of like tangible evidence of I did this thing and X number of people thought it was good.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Literalize it, okay?
Right.
Say it's about McKinley.
Yeah,
There's not, where am I going to go in my life to get approval or validation that a certain thing that I'm pursuing is going to be worth continuing.
Interesting.
Where? The answer, TikTok. The only app
you want to plug your
the
TikTok
Chinese government
handle?
uses to spy on you right now. It's amazing. It doesn't have a video call feature, but it's still watching you 24/7.
Does that mean the American government isn't watching you on TikTok then?
They can't get in because China.
That's what I want to know.
Has blocked.
They've got to, right? They've got to be able to also, right?
There's a secret room somewhere where this discussion is being had.
Does China give America limited?
I don't know what happens when you put tape on your webcam, Taylor. I'm bluffing.
It means that if it's ever activated, it only sees a blurry mess.
Yeah. Wow, I'm really.
But it could be activated at any time.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what we've learned.
Is that so?
Yeah, no, if your computer is plugged in, even if your computer is not on, if your computer is plugged into a power source and it's open, the NSA could turn on your webcam without turning on your computer and look through it. Fun fact. Which is why people put tape on their webcams.
Bury your gold, people. And if you're not doing anything,
I always figure that's just one more view for my stream, but
you're gonna make some fans.
But I don't get credit for it, so maybe I don't like it as much. Maybe I should put the tape on the webcams and make those NSA agents actually log into YouTube and come to my channel.
The idea being they got
so that their view can be logged,
invested in the life of Taylor Schilling by watching him like change clothes and sit in front of a TV, and now they're like, he put tape on the webcam. What's going on?
Yeah,
they have to tune into your stream.
Yeah, so they can watch me change clothes and sit in front of a table.
That content. You got him addicted to it. Congratulations, man.
Wait, that's the Patreon, not the YouTube. No, yeah, the YouTube just sitting in front of a table. But go and support us on
When will you open up a Patreon?
No, never. Why? No. And this is the clip that's going to get used when my Patreon launches.
Down in the future, when someone has enough of a vendetta to want to paint you as a hypocrite.
No, I figured we're not going to do a Patreon. We're going to make a wholesome OnlyFans. We're going to make an OnlyFans for the show, but it's all going to be comedy content.
That's pretty good comedy content, man. That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It'll just be BTS and the behind the scenes BTS. And it'll be good. It'll be good. What were we talking about?
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
A lot of things.
A tangent.
More than one tangent. There's tangents within tangents. Go watch Hunt for the Wilder People. It's your new favorite foreign film.
Also, go watch watch live streams on TikTok.
Yeah, you never know what you might.
They're interesting. Yeah, you can.
Live streams are great.
I like live streams. They're fun. This is all. I'm just getting stock footage for the promotional videos to send out about the show, so that we can have somebody saying how great live streams are.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
So, just out of curiosity, just to see if you have an answer.
Sure.
Sort of pre-prepared. What's the difference between a live stream and creating a Patreon for your live stream? I mean, where's that line really exist? You would never ever cross.
I think that the line would be a certain number of viewers and then a certain number of comments saying, do you have a Patreon? Where's your Patreon? Things of that nature.
That's all it is, huh?
I think that it's one of my least favorite things in the world, presumption. And I think that it would seem very presumptuous of a channel that has never been asked if it has a Patreon to suddenly have a Patreon.
So what you're telling me is all I need to do is make a dummy account, comment on your video, and then I can get you to start being funny.
And then you need to make another one. And no, you can get me to have a Patreon. I will not start being funny. I refuse. It's off-brand.
If someone threw money in my hat, I would start doing better. It's the same thing as the approval situation.
I don't have my wallet on me.
You don't have the cash. It's a bummer. It's a bummer.
You don't.
I don't even get paid on my day off.
That's that's good.
You can quote that one.
Well, yeah, that'll be on one of the T-shirts that you can buy on our Patreon. I don't know how Patreon works. Can you buy T-shirts on Patreon? I don't know either.
You should start supporting someone's Patreon before you make one.
That's also that's another good thing to add onto the line. Add onto the.
But you think maybe you should just period?
What? No, I mean if you're going to have a Patreon, you should at least have supported someone else's Patreon before you create your own Patreon. If anything, just to learn how Patreons are set up, so you know what to do and what not to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta know both sides of that equation, right?
It's kind of like a Kickstarter. Like you should probably have kickstarted something before you're creating a Kickstarter, if only just so you know, oh, this is how stretch goals work. This is This is the
Right.
kind of thing that people put
On the
in the
inside and on the
blurb
outside.
that talks about what the project is and why you should be kickstarting it.
Experience both sides of the triangle.
Right,
as it
and then
were.
it's just rude if you do a bunch of field research, read a bunch of Kickstarter pages,
Somebody gets me.
and then say, okay, I can make my Kickstarter, and you haven't kickstarted anything yet. That's just a little, I don't know, that feels a little icky. I don't know why. Right? Maybe? No? Shrug? Okay, fair enough. Just feels weird.
You're not paying attention to what you're saying.
You're making sure the sound exists. You're not so worried
Check the
about.
sound quality. Don't worry about it.
Ah,
what it
yes,
sounds
that's
like.
also important.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
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 What would it take for you
Let
to
me
have a
ask you a
Patreon,
question.
McKinley? Okay.
It would have to make sense.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a live stream like this one?
No.
There you go. Taylor Schwelling, groundbreaker.
No. What? No, that's not. That's,
That's what that means.
the ground is completely
That means
secure and
split.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on that?
All of that.
What do you
What?
think that means?
It means that I don't know how to make a live stream.
Yeah, because much in the same way that you don't know how to
Doesn't
make
even have a
Patreon,
mission
'cause
statement.
You've never been on the
Yeah,
other side.
yeah.
It doesn't even.
No, I've watched a lot.
Doesn't even have a
I've
credo.
watched some live streams.
In my time.
and not even on OnlyFans. Let me tell you, they were
And
they
not
were
even on TikTok.
not just on TikTok. Yeah, I watched a couple Harmontowns live.
Nice.
Not just being there. I
Not
watched a
just
couple
being
online.
live.
It was fun,
Hashtag
yeah.
humble brag.
It was
As
fun.
we know.
Well, no, yeah,
Still.
it's just,
You still. Yeah, you said that to me just now. That's
Huh?
just over the last week. You said humble.
Oh,
You
yeah,
did too,
so I
right?
guess
Just
we
in
said humble.
casual conversation.
it's a fun thing to say.
It is kind of. It's baked into your style.
It's you get to take the low ground and then you get to take the low road and then high road the other person before they can high road you. You get to high road them about thinking about high roading you. You don't even have to wait for them to high road you. It's great. It's lovely. I recommend it. It's entertaining. It's good.
It's been a long week.
It's been a long week. Has it?
Yeah. If my week was a montage.
Yeah.
But if my week was a montage, it had to be set to a song.
It would be Long Week by The Days.
By Monday and the Boys. It would be the continuous, uninterrupted sound of a chair scraping on hardwood. For
I don't have the right.
yeah, don't make the terrible sound again. It's okay. We get it. We get your point.
Did it work?
Reach for that blackboard.
No, nothing. We have noise cancellation. That's mitigating some stuff.
Smart.
I can hear it. It's
Okay.
just not that loud.
Fair enough. We'll find out if it made the cut later.
This week's show brought to you by Tuscan Trail Mix. I'm checking the clock because I am hungry.
By sand people. I'm not sure if I'd want to eat trail mix made by sand people.
Love the same people.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
you don't really trust them to package your food, right?
You don't think,
That's
you don't
that
think it's
doesn't
possible? You don't think it's possible for the people wrapped
Maybe I'm
head
just
to toe
racist,
who never
but,
let their
like-
skin touch anything to be sanitary?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I mean,
Maybe you're just racist.
But you never see them take the like if you walked into the factory and you saw a bunch of Tuscan raiders that Tuscan factory workers that didn't have the wrappings on, were wearing like factory clothes and things, then maybe. But if you walked in and they were in the only sand people garb we have ever seen in Star Wars, then maybe I would have some second thoughts. Maybe.
Good to know.
I don't know. I mean, you can't trust sand. It's not very soft.
List some adjectives about sand.
It's
Tell us
The
about
people need to know. Caleb.
been known to get places.
It gets around.
Gets around. It comes around. It goes around. It's been around.
We're still alive.
We are still live. Did you just pass
I'm
out?
killing it though.
Are you passing out on the stream?
Let me check the clock again.
You're gonna check the clock again.
Hey, McKinley,
Yeah.
there's a clock.
Oh, hey, look, there's a clock on our monitor that we haven't looked at once. I've been looking at my phone to check the time too.
That's funny.
I just
And-
pulled it up because it was.
Thanks, Ani.
Oh, it was there. Oh, okay. So we
pulled it
can.
up, like,
Okay, cool. I thought it was there the whole time, and I just hadn't been looking at it. That's cool. We got 26 minutes.
That's how you know it's going to be a good show.
That's how you know it's
When
gonna
he
be.
goes, we've got 20. Please, episode title. Let's go. Let's go.
26 minutes and a week ain't one. Good. That's the album
So let's, yeah, let's see.
that song was on. Do what? Do
Let's
26 minutes? You got 26 minutes of material waiting.
Oh, you underestimate my power. Oh.
I don't know, because you just fell unconscious
16
on
hours
the
of
table.
Yeah.
Were you powering up?
I just
You were
checked the clock.
charging. You were taking
I
a
just
little.
checked the clock.
No, you were
I
taking
was
a cat
only
nap.
out like maybe a minute.
Yeah, you were taking a cat
And
nap.
in
You were
that
taking a
time,
power nap.
I generated 16 hours of material.
Okay.
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 It was flying off the dome.
All right.
It's flying off the
Let's get
presses.
5 minutes on Movo.
Gutenberg got nothing on me. Movum?
Movo.
That's the microphone
It's our
company?
our sponsor segment. Like, You got
Okay.
5 minutes.
What's the deal with Movum?
You're out of
Well,
the frame.
with increasingly
You're the one who
lightweight
wants the show to be
materials.
good.
Who's the? Whoa!
You're the one who cares about the show
Whoa.
being good. Stay in the frame.
Two bold statements bundled together and hurled through a window with a note attached, as if you wouldn't notice that the note is actually wrapping.
Right.
Two very bold statements. The first is that you don't want the show to be good. And the second, perhaps even more surprising, is that I do.
Right.
How dare you?
Right. This is all accurate.
What's the note?
Yeah, what's the note?
The note around the outside
The first
is, the skin of this idea, so to speak, is do better, McKinley.
Okay.
Sit up straight.
Okay.
Know what I'm thinking before
Shoulders
I tell
are a
you.
little slouched.
I'm going to tell you to do something. I might want you to do that, and I might not. If you do it,
Yeah.
nothing will happen. So you won't be able to tell if I
The show might
approved of
get
it.
better.
As I said, nothing will happen. It's unappreciable at this point because we're scraping the clouds. Really, we are at our highest heights.
Okay.
If we got better,
Yeah.
the people even notice.
Yes.
Okay, prove it.
I would
No.
notice.
Let's make a good.
I'm not gonna prove
Not
it. I
even-
don't think the show has to be good. This is just something I do.
Yeah, why?
Why? Because it's something to do. Who cares?
Okay.
Who cares?
Okay.
No. Once we have viewers, no offense, Brandis, you're a valued viewer, but you've been on board. You don't complain
Shout
about
out
the
to
show
the
being
person I have
bad.
watching
I'm
the
assuming
stream
that
this
you're all
week.
right with the show because you're still watching.
Boy, is that a topic.
What's the topic? We got a topic. I'm down for topics.
I just dragged a little lure over the surface of the pond, and there's splashes, there's ripples. You're
do
jumping
exist.
at it.
Yes.
There's something under there, lurking, living, listening,
Allegedly.
even allegedly. It's a depressing thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's been a long week.
Interesting.
I'm gonna try and remember the last thing we were talking about. This is wild. This is wild, you guys. I have so many questions.
It's episode
for
16,
you, you know?
and our show's all grown up, everybody.
I have so many questions for you.
Let's start throwing
Why
them
do
out.
you want me on the show?
Okay. Why do I want you on the show?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why do you want me to do this on this show? Like, this is a crazy routine.
Well, this is an
to
interesting
be clear.
routine. Which
Okay, this
routine
is
that?
not.
What routine
I
is
wouldn't
that?
have thought of this.
Well, the routine that you're here, but it's your week off, but you're here, so you're gonna be here while it's your week off, and so the bit
Well,
is
that's
that
just
you're
true.
here
That's not a
without
bit.
being here.
It's kind of it's more of a free pass.
We're gonna talk about the
I can
show
do whatever
needs
I want. I can take a
focus.
cat
The show
nap.
should have a mission statement. The mission statement.
I didn't
is,
say should.
it's our week off, and we don't want to be here, but we're here.
Yeah.
But
It's called the conceit.
yeah. Well, the conceit of the show was that there would be two hosts that wanted to be on the show, which was why the show was
And one of
pitched
them,
before the show was created.
One of them's car got eaten.
Yeah.
So now we're here.
Yeah.
Man. We got, what'd you say, decapitated?
Decapitated.
Decapitated. A car's been decapitated.
The car wasn't decapitated.
Its fifth wheel is still intact.
It was the
But
most.
its head is gone.
It was the closest word for damaged that my brain could think of.
Okay. Okay. I thought there was something really wild happening.
No, it was, I think broke down is the common term.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
In need of repair.
Yeah, it's
good.
down for the count. It's
good.
yeah, it's in need of repairs. You're right. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's what people say.
Hey Taylor. Hey Taylor.
Yeah. Hey McKinley.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
You know how you always tell me stall for time and then leave? Stall for time.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
See, this was a show that was, and your microphone is still picking up. You might as well.
Stall for time.
You might as well just wear the microphone while you eat.
Stall for time.
Yeah.
Who said I was gonna eat?
Okay, I'll stall for time.
That's called a red herring, boy. This is
stalling
I'm just throwing you off.
Chex Mix.
I'm just reaching my Tuscan Trail mix.
Yeah.
This is good. This is a good show. It's just what we
It's our ASMR content. I'm stalling for time.
You just murdered your
creating
own show.
content. I'm murdering my own show. I said that the show was all downhill
Suicide
after
doors are
episode
out.
15.
The
We
murder
existed
doors
long
are-
enough to beat 75% of the shows. Now we can die.
You're still here, man.
What?
You're still bringing it back to the table every week.
because-
There's clearly something here that you care about.
What? Oh, no. I don't care about no things. Are you concerned at the crunching still? Is that little bit of crunching still picking up? Is that what's going on? Yeah. You don't have to make the face. You can just nod.
Whoa.
The headphones
Whoa.
back on, and that was the first thing I
Whoa.
heard.
Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, the face police. On this week's Just Stop.
Yeah. Stop having faces.
Bad
Everybody.
emotion. Make stop.
Everybody just stop owning a face. Cut your face off and mail it to Pretty Good Enough Studios in care of P.O. Box 42,879.
This is patently insane, and I'm a little upset people are watching it, but thank you for being here and joining us in the Pretty Good Enough Hour. Take a look back at your slate, my friend, because you still got some topics.
We've got a couple. No, we don't, do we? We did episode 16 airs on January 16th. We didn't do Ani Can't Find the White Marker, but I'm pretty sure that was a. That's a callback to the episode Is This Self-Harm? Because that's just somebody who lost a white marker writing down in a blue marker on a topic board that she can't find the white marker as something to be talked about. You're asking to be publicly shamed for losing things.
Well, it's a really good visual gag. It's like a It's like a vicious scrawl on a piece of lined paper that says "printer broke."
Right.
Like it's good. It's good. And we were sold. You're welcome. We were sold on this as a feature as well. We were told, hey, we got blue text for you this time, and I was like, special episodes.
We've done blue text before.
Yeah, but it seemed special.
Not for the whole thing.
Yeah, but okay.
Content.
Fair enough. Yeah, content. Oh, we did that.
All right. We got that going on. We got some pictures on the stream.
Yep. We did Jane Austen MMO. We
Lana Del
did-
Rey in the news this week.
Oh, you know about this?
Yeah.
What are you-
The
intro.
people are saying since she's not really French, she should probably change her name to Lana Del
So
Rey.
you don't know about this.
Why would I know?
I don't know. You
I
said that you knew about it. You
I don't
said
know
that
about
you
this.
read the only thing written on the sandwich board is Lana Del Rey, and then you said she was in the news, and so which is a true statement.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean,
didn't
not
know
like televised, but she's on online news sites because people are every time that she makes a social media post, she's on some kind of news though. It's
wow.
any hardcore Lana Del Rey fans in the chat
We'll
what?
know. She's hounded by the
I
paparazzis.
don't think we need to. Yet, maybe if McKinley needs to see it, we can throw it up and it'll be fun. What? What's wrong? We're getting. It's good. It's good. No, but yeah, no. I don't know. I don't know why it's a topic.
Yeah, you do.
No, because fans of Lana Del Rey know that every time that she makes a social media post, people are shocked that she still makes social media posts in the way that she makes social media posts.
For example.
Which is, well, she's basically like your aunt on Facebook, except she's a 30-something, 20-something, 30-something, 40-something. I don't think she's 40, but she's got to be late 20s to early 30s. I don't know. And a millennial famous person with a social media account, which I don't know why.
Which in turn starts a news cycle that she quote unquote doesn't learn from.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and just a bunch of she posted an album art and said some things about her production process, and people thought it was cringy because people think that her posts are cringy a lot, and it was cringy. But
She's 35.
she's 35. Okay.
Lana Del Rey, 35.
Happy birthday to Lana Del Rey.
Not savvy enough.
Whenever that
Who's in the
was.
news this week?
Who's in the news this week? Why is this a show? Why do I want you on this show? This is
we got to finish this thought.
What thought?
What's going on with Lana Del Rey?
Oh no,
album.
She's releasing an album in March.
Cringe.
She posted the album artwork for it and the title, which is Chemtrails Over the Country Club. And then she wrote about how inclusive she is, and how many of her boyfriends have been rappers, and how many people of different backgrounds have been involved in the production of all of her albums, and it was never on purpose. It just happened to work out that way, and she just thinks that all that's really great, and you should buy her album. So everybody said, well, that's a little cringy, and then a bunch of Lana Del Rey fans were like, no, it's not. Shut up. And it's what happens every time that Lana Del Rey says something to promote one of her albums on social media. It's entertaining. It's entertaining. Lana Del Rey is your aunt on social media, and it's hilarious.
That's what they say. And for valuable, much-needed context for the folks at home, you were mathematically determined to be in the 99.5th percentile
for
most
Lana Del Rey
listenership
in the year 2020, yes.
Yes.
On Spotify. Apple Music, we don't know. There might have been somebody who listened to more minutes of Lana Del Rey than I did last year, but it was on Apple Music instead of Spotify.
Yeah. I'll congratulate you. I mean, I'd shake your hand, but you're afraid of touch.
I'm afraid of touch.
No,
That's great. I love that. That's great. That's beautiful.
Unless it's touch and trail mix.
It's I don't like having the back of my hand touched. You don't like having the palm of your hand touched. With our powers combined, we're both completely and utterly not comfortable with having our hands touched.
You know what? Let's heal the divide here. Let's make this happen.
It's good. It's good.
It's so good. Didn't we?
You're so confused.
Didn't we do an aggressive extended handshake on an earlier episode?
Yeah.
We're hitting the meats.
Yeah.
That's good.
Scratch it off the bingo cards, folks.
That's cool. So, as one of the biggest fans of Lana Del Rey, who saw, she was in the news this week, and brought such a topic to the pinnacle of his platform, the podcast extraordinaire Saturday Night Live stream.
I'm pretty sure this is the crumbling Rome of my platform, because well,
it wasn't built in a day.
Podcast had like a subscriber base of like 40 something and got like in the hundreds of views. This gets like 4 views and has 18 subscribers. Which shout out to our 2 new subscribers. We already did that, but we are continuing. Thanks to you guys, we are continuing to have more subscribers than episodes, which is very exciting.
We
were just about to catch up. We were about to have the same amount, and I was going to talk about having 16 subscribers and 16 episodes. And then I opened my computer and found out that we had 18 subscribers now, and I can't do that.
Right.
Was that the third 16?
The third 16. No, because he has 16 projects.
Hey, that could have been the third 16.
It could have been, but I
was making the the allegedly felonious claim that we have worked on 16 projects that have gone to varying lengths.
Nice.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is interesting.
Depending on how you count, I'm sure that we can force that.
This is only the 16th episode if you engage in our ritual tradition of cutting out the pilot.
Right. I love how you're still upset that the pilot gets cut out.
I love how every
episode number.
I love how every
you're the one who brings it up. I can only assume that you care about it if the one who brings it up.
No, that's what I
Sound
found
off in
funny.
the
Is
comments
every
about
time,
which one of us cares
every
more
time I
about
bring
the
it up,
numbering
you're like,
system
"Oh, he's
of the
offended."
episodes of.
It's like a telltale heart,
Guzmals.
man. It's like you were dipped in guilt and you came back up dripping. Like, it's crazy.
Interesting.
It's crazy.
Are we talking about my birth? I don't know.
I don't know enough about your birth to say
I don't
one way
know
or
either.
another.
It's just, you just.
I'm making a wider statement about you as a person.
Okay. Interesting.
In your day-to-day life. But no, this is a good example of it
That's weirdly
manifesting.
close to a piece of the conversation that didn't happen that I simulated while we were talking about TikTok.
Nice.
That I was like, hey, now I know what I'll say if we go this way. And
Yeah.
we didn't.
You want to discuss that?
No, I don't. No,
let's discuss the
no.
personal
We were
rap.
talking about the lines and opening up to an audience and how much of yourself you segment off and how much
No, that's-
you preserve your
important to me.
character on the platform versus how much you just exist and have a platform that you're also on at certain times, and the reasons for segmenting that, because I mean, why would you, unless you're selling a product or unless you're
And how much of it comes out consciously?
well,
versus sort of-
and why once you make that choice, why are you making that choice? Because allegedly it's to protect your own privacy, right? But
Allegedly.
right. Well, I mean, that's what everyone would come up with, right? If you're like, well, why would you not share everything with your platform? It's like, to preserve my privacy.
Sure.
But that's a nonsense word used in that context, because
as I would
what
say,
does that
that's
mean?
not what the platform is for.
Right. Right. Which so then what's your so you have a
Objectively,
platform, you have a
let's say
TikTok.
I have a-
Let's say you have a TikTok.
Okay.
And you live stream on it
Okay.
sometimes, and you play piano on it. We'll just
Okay.
say that because we were talking about someone who plays piano.
convenience sake.
You play piano
myself literally
for your
in
own
the shoes of
enjoyment.
these people.
Let's say that you played your piano
bit of a
on
stretch.
TikTok, and you had between on any given stream you would have between 30 and 111 people watching you,
Nice.
and they're all mostly positively reacting.
Nice.
How much of your
Congratulations.
how much first
right off the bat.
I always believed in you.
Good job.
Second, how much of your non-piano playing self do you share with that platform?
You what?
I mean, the camera's watching us. I have to say that.
No, there's cameras that have been watching us. You can't say that. There's tangible proof that you
interesting.
didn't always
See, this
believe
is
in
where
me.
I'm saying that he's the one who
That's
cares
funny.
about all of this, because then I say things and he's like, you can't say that because it's on March 5th of 2019. No,
It's a comic device because it's a backstop that stands in between you and falseness.
you, me, and a compliment.
It's it's like a big block of the truth that is just out of
I
sight. but we
absolutely
can
believe that
technically
you could
reach
live
for and
stream
drag it
playing
into
piano
frame.
on TikTok and have anywhere between 30 and 100 people watching you, watching your live stream. Well,
For the record,
111. That's the
let's
that's,
move
that's
on
the
with whatever
upper
this
limit.
is about. Well established. Let's.
So how much of your non-piano
Whatever this
playing
anecdotal
self
thing
do you
is.
share with that live stream audience?
I am
And
almost.
where does the line get drawn and
definitely-
why?
I'm almost definitely operating under the assumption that it's not something that they'd be interested in.
Okay, yeah. So it's just because you don't think it would be. So it's
live
fear-based.
form.
It's fear-based. You don't want
Not
to.
necessarily.
Okay.
You don't. No,
Okay.
no, not necessarily. You don't put your left shoe on your right foot and your right shoe on your left foot because
Because it would be
you don't have fear.
No, you do it because it would be uncomfortable, and you don't like being uncomfortable. So you think that it would be uncomfortable sharing
Okay,
yourself with
it would be fruitless.
it would be fruitless.
That's what I see here. It would be fruitless.
It wouldn't be furthering your channel, your TikTok.
It wouldn't be furthering anything.
It wouldn't be
in this
furthering the user
hypothetical situation.
experience.
Yeah. It wouldn't be making other people happy, and it arguably wouldn't be making me happy.
Right.
Not at least as far as I know. If it's my job to stream playing piano,
Gotcha.
I wouldn't wake up.
Well, it's not your job. You just have a TikTok that's
I'm using shorthand.
enjoyed. Okay.
It becomes a kind of de facto job if it's something you do regularly.
Fair enough.
It's my week off. I'm going to, I'm just going to draw that parallel and say that I think, what a better question would be, what would motivate me to take an existing concept, let's call it a show, where I play piano and utterly change it to make it something more about me. You know, what would motivate that? Probably
Serotonin.
Sure. Sure, maybe it's something you do for you. If I was, I'm sorry, I just had a realization about where this was going.
Where what's going? What do you mean?
Well, this is a semi-perennial sort of thing for our show that we're, I guess I should say that you're indulging in. That has to do.
What's that?
That has to do with like yeah, it doesn't feel entirely show related, I guess is the best way to put it. But to get back to the question, I think a sort of hybrid content stream could totally be something I have where part of the deal, as it were, is that I have a more personal face-to-face relationship with McKinley and whoever's in the live stream, alongside a more, you could call it service-based or talent-based relationship between my music and the viewers of the live stream.
Okay.
And that there might be a little bit of that going on.
So like the line between
At the camera we're in front of now.
So like your live stream viewers would not know more about you than like extended family. Like where's the right? Yeah, that's
relative to
right, because that's how I always think about it. I'm like, okay,
sure.
well, how much of yourself does anybody share with anybody? You know, because you have the whole inner life, outer life thing, and then you.
Well, that totally depends. I mean, you know about the YouTube content that I was planning on making and that I was like thinking about and have like worked pretty extensively on actually getting off the ground, and that lands on a different point on that spectrum than say a music stream would. Yeah, in my opinion, because my personality and my opinion are just a couple of the many things that would be pushed very much more to the forefront.
Right.
And so with that more involved in the experience of viewers and creators, that's gonna get mixed up more into the personal side of things, and the temptation definitely to start a live stream where I go, I really don't know what I'm doing with my future. It jacks up. It inflates.
Interesting. How do you?
The short version being in a totally different timeline of my life, I could see myself doing something like that. I could see myself having a you could call it an existential crisis or a personal heart-to-heart with the viewership.
Right. Well, I mean, everyone has existential crises, but you're talking about like, so you could see yourself like being in a space where the next time you would be having an existential crisis,
it would happen to be involved
you
with
would
an
think
audience.
that the right processing, the right focus group to work through this problem would be a live audience.
I mean, I would never go so. Well, never say never, but I can't see myself going so far as to say this is the right choice.
Right. That's the interesting thing, though, right?
That implies so much, though. First off, that it's a choice, and that it's not a quintessential internet breakdown / meltdown.
Not an autonomic
many
reaction because you're used to live streaming and you're having a breakdown, and so that's what you do, and so your brain might just be defaulting to patterns of behavior that are cached because they're in the recent past.
Which is itself, again, a way more approachable thought than I think should be for me, but it's I could say, this is that thing.
Right. No, it's a fun, weird thing.
This is the Saturday Night Live stream.
Interesting.
The bit where you go interesting.
What? Oh yeah.
Bingo.
I say interesting when someone's saying something and I don't have anything ready to say back, and so I'm like, okay, let's. You
want to keep talking?
Let's yeah. It's like, okay, we gotta say something.
Yeah, I know.
And saying just gets really repetitive. And saying interesting doesn't get repetitive at all.
Never.
Definitely not.
We all got those. I believe there's a word for that.
Filler words.
Auto response specifically.
Catchphrases.
Like a conversational engagement piece.
A crutch.
Yeah, sure, man. But I think there's some kind of linguistic term for it. A token, a conversational token that you put forward to demonstrate that you're listening.
Oh yeah.
Specifically.
Like that, like saying, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We just got the word Star Wars.
Yeah, we talked about Star Wars. Yeah, okay. And then
Yeah. The Midwestern
That's another passive aggressive production note.
What?
I was asked if there were any more topics, and I couldn't decide, and so I was saying various. I randomized a string of ones and zeros, ones being yeahs and zeros being no's, and then I just spilled them out verbally.
Yeah,
It was
No.
like that. I'm not
So
sure
there's
if
a
that got picked
chance
up,
you could
but
have said no, no, no.
There was I could have said no.
You could have.
I could have
You
said
could have
yeah,
been
yeah,
asked,
yeah.
do you have any more topics? And you could have said no, no, no.
Yeah, I could have said yeah. But instead I said no, no, yeah, no, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. Yeah.
There's a pattern. They alternate. What's
Getting judged on my randomization.
Better random.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, be better random. That's
be better? Let me check my notes app real quick. Oh, you gotta get that link. Hold on, folks.
I'm gonna be better random now.
Wow, this is serious. This is serious. Okay.
What do we got? Do you got any topics? We just worked through the sandwich board.
I got a lot of stuff. There's 9 to 59. About that 9:59 o'clock.
On our 9 to 5 live stream.
Working
Our
overtime.
9 to 5/9 live stream.
This is pretty good. What if I just wound up a little bit and just punched
You
you
could do it.
as hard as I possibly
You could do it.
I pretended for a brief moment.
You would be
There was no head.
on camera doing it.
There was no head of any kind.
There's no head.
And I could just punch cleanly through thin, weak screen of a lampshade on both sides.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
Let's think about it.
Let's just visualize.
You and the audience as well.
visualize.
Let's all just take a moment.
Close your eyes.
and
Close
think.
your laptop.
This is
You don't
for
have to open it.
nobody's therapeutic release. Let's all of us just visualize McKinley punching Taylor in the face while he's wearing a lampshade.
No. I'm punching the lampshade in the face while it happens to be on Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay. Think very carefully. Look at this situation. Look at this moment. Here's someone that I've been trying to get in contact with. Here's someone I've been trying to talk to. And then there is a lampshade.
Yeah.
What in this picture is something McKinley would logically hate? It's a barrier. I always hate barriers. I'm a therapist at heart. So
Interesting.
what are we doing next week?
McKinley, he hates barriers. You know what McKinley hates more than anything? A barrier.
Live on the record.
You're against barriers. You're anti-barrier.
Well, not completely. You can't make a hard.
But you're not
rule like that, 'cause
pro-barrier.
I wouldn't go so far as to.
You think it's healthy to have
else's
barriers between you and like a live audience, for instance?
Are you asking me again if I'm about to have an existential crisis? Because I think you kind of ran that one.
Are you gonna have an existential crisis? McKinley?
Well.
Answer the lampshades question, please.
Oh, hey, it's us on the live stream. I'm okay. Sorry, you were asking me if I was going to have an existential crisis.
Yeah.
Statistically, yes, it's going to
Right,
happen. It's in my future.
How old do you think you'll be?
Not hard.
How old do you think you will be at the time of your next existential
You're
crisis?
doing the thing again.
Doing what thing?
Is there anything else we want to talk about?
We have a comment from Anonymous.
Hell yeah.
You guys should end your 16th episode at 10:16 p.m. on 116.
I've always wanted
316.
Anonymous to watch my show.
Is that why you wear the mask?
They
You're
like
trying to
covering
impress them?
faces.
Yeah,
I like lampshades.
this is good.
It's
You have
good.
14 minutes.
We have 14 minutes.
I gotta say, there have been times where I felt pretty weird about committing very hard to a strange, absurdist bit on this show.
Right. Because
They've
the
been
show is
layered.
not the place for strange, absurdist bits.
It never has been,
Never.
but they've been all types, you know? They've been personality driven.
Yeah,
They've been sarcasm rooted. They've been entirely physical in nature.
it's true.
I've done a lot of strange clowning
Yeah.
on this show, essentially. I'm here as an adversary, as an antagonist, a force for chaos in your clearly constructed, ordered world that is your live stream. But I gotta say, you're normalizing it.
I'm normalizing it.
Yeah.
I think that you're trying to find the right concepts to get me to remove this lampshade.
Yeah. It's one barrier too many between you and your audience. At least for the moment. You gotta do something heartfelt. You gotta play a ukulele.
Yeah. Yeah, do we know where my ukulele is? Does anybody have eyes on a ukulele? I think it's directly behind McKinley.
I would like to
I
prove
cannot
this
see
week
anything, but I would like to,
that we
with
don't need
a lampshade on my head, see through it all and tell McKinley, if you look over your right shoulder and down, you will see a
You worked hard for
ukulele.
that one, man. You fetched it. Wow.
Yes, thank you. We have
I
until
tuned it
10:16.
for you.
You tuned it for me, thanks. I don't think that the mics are... we have our noise cancellation on. This isn't going to work. We actually won't be able to use the ukulele. Woo. I mean, we can, but here, for the listeners at home...
Did you hear it just now on here? Coming through? We're getting nods, which you would know if you could see anything.
Okay, so...
I'm not
If
salty
anybody
at all.
can or cannot see, hear the ukulele well. If it sounds distorted, if it sounds like something is trying to keep it down, is finding the pitch to be too high, just give us a comment before 10:16. And if we've heard nothing, I'll take no news as good news and I'll play the ukulele. If I hear, hey, the ukulele sounds like it's being filtered weirdly, then we won't do the ukulele.
That's cool. That's cool.
One job.
Sorry. Earlier you said you didn't notice when a comment came through. Yeah. You didn't notice, so I thought I'd be on the safe side.
Wait, do we have a chat? Do we have another chat?
Yeah.
Give a thumbs up.
Hey, nice.
This is wonderful. Let me ask you a question about your ukulele.
Yes.
Just cut through one more.
Is it about the blue?
topic there.
Is it about the
It
blue?
is indeed about the paint.
Yeah. It's
Chalkboard paint.
It's chalkboard paint.
It's chalkboard paint.
I was going to fill all of this little design
Wonderful
with blue
detailing.
chalkboard paint,
I like
and
that.
the viewers at home can see this visual representation of my attention span,
Wonderful.
and of my arts and crafts abilities.
Wonderful.
It's the same marker.
Oh yeah, it's the same marker
it's
as the blue marker that is subbing in for the white marker this week on our lovely sandwich board.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I gotta say,
It's good.
I suggest some pretty strange gimmicks for this show. So.
Yeah.
10 minutes, guys.
We got 10
10
minutes.
minutes,
Yeah, we do need to fill
y'all.
some silence.
Talking.
Oh, if
So-
we're going to 10:16, we need to fill some silence. That one's on you, my friend.
Do you ever think that...
This
so-
is what they call overtime in the time off business. Go ahead.
Do you think that there's like quarter mermaids or quarter mermen? Let's go with quarter mermen, where it's like just the shoulders are fish.
What?
They've just got like a chestal region and then two fins, but then they have a human head and they have a human abdomen and lower body. But then they just have this chest and these fin arms.
A random splash of
Yeah, because
colored
we talk
paint,
about
essentially.
merfolk and we talk about reverse merfolk, but are there more striations within the...
Yeah, is that a term, merfolk?
Yes, merfolk is a term.
Meaning the gender neutral merman, mermaid?
Yes. All things mer.
How about that? How do you think such a person would be achieved, Taylor? What's the origin story for this fantastical creature you
I don't know. How is a mermaid achieved, McKinley?
Well, they're their own distinct race,
Well, okay, so if you have a distinct race of half fish, half humans,
right?
and you have a distinct race of half fish, half humans in another direction,
Okay. So you're just talking about the archetypal
you've got
reverse
to
mermaid.
be able to have. Well,
a
no, I'm
massive
talking
fish.
about about quarter mermaids and 2/3 mermaids. You've got to have like there must have been a progression, right? You have fish, you have
There's an
humans,
evolution to
There's a
it, you
halfway point somewhere there.
Yeah. What happened?
So there must have been what about the one that
The
didn't
fish
go half
crawled
and
up
half?
out the
There must
sea
have been a
and
weird like
became mermaids.
Right. And if that's what we're going with, then they must have done it gradually. So there must have been just a fish with a human head, right?
At some point.
And just a human with a fish head, which there's
That's
business
pretty good.
fish. We have proof of that because business fish exists.
which is to say a fish with a human head?
It's a human with a fish head. It's in a suit.
Okay.
You know business
There's like
fish.
a
You've seen them on
cartoon
from the
business fish,
stickers.
yeah. Gotcha. I thought you were talking about like there's pilot fish in the ocean, there's blob fish, there's business fish.
No, I'm talking about the Facebook sticker phenomena.
I gotta be honest with you, I think my version's more credible, if anything. If you can name something a pilot fish or a blob fish, I mean that's pretty low.
Maybe there's business fish.
What do they do?
Clown.
Business.
The clownfish are all business. The business fish are clowns.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what an anemone is, just like a fish.
No, anonymity is an evil internet
An
group
anemone.
that comments on a live stream and wears these weird
the
masks.
organization anonymity.
Anonymity, yeah.
Yeah. The faceless mob anonymity. The elite group of hacktivists anonymity.
Can I ask where you decided to paint your ukulele?
Right there.
Right there. On the floor?
On the floor, yes.
On the floor. Interesting. So what is this blue chalkboard paint doing on the table?
Yeah, I don't know where that came
Unrelated?
from. I blame my production manager because I haven't touched that chalkboard marker since.
That seems to be your new hobby.
What?
Blaming my production manager for things.
The very same.
That's an old hobby. It's good. It's good.
What's the question?
There's chalkboard paint on the table?
Yeah, there's a little
Yeah,
bit.
there's a bunch of blue chalkboard paint.
Keen-eyed viewers may be able to
right
recognize
in
that they can't see this paint, but it is there. So, hey,
What?
what's up?
Have you given any thought as to the whole Apple-based reincarnation system?
Oh, yeah. The one where do apples want to be eaten so they can continue their life cycle?
Or not eaten? So
Or
they can,
are-
yeah. Do they want to
yeah.
fulfill do they think that they're fulfilling a cosmic purpose to be eaten by a human and end up in somebody's septic tank, or do they want to be eaten by animals only, or simply fall and create a forest of apple trees?
Well, look at us. Do we want to simply fall and be digested by Mother Earth? Do we want to disintegrate into nothing? Do we want our remains flown into space after we die? Do we want to continue in an endless cycle of rebirth and reincarnation? Or do we crave only hell or endless black oblivion? There are people out there.
So which apple
for
are you,
each of
McKinley?
those.
Which apple are you?
So I reckon,
Which apple
in
are
answer to your question,
you? Yeah,
if there are apples with such a thought process,
right.
there's many schools of thought among apples.
Right. So which apple would you be?
Granny Smith.
Okay, and which
That's our show, everybody.
school of apple thought
Thank
would you
you
subscribe to?
very much. Why is this a hypothetical?
Were you an apple?
Let me ask you a further question. What changes by this being a hypothetical rather than a real
Because
question?
you're an apple, not a human.
Quote unquote real question.
Mostly your chemical construction.
Okay, yeah, but my thoughts all still there.
Yeah, your chemical composition. Construction, composition, same thing.
I think I would probably be more humble as an apple. I
Okay.
think I would keep my same general overall philosophy of various corners of the circle of life, yada yada, fell off and wound up in my recipe. And I think those are going to be amplified by the idea that it's possible for something to use or consume me in a mortal physical sense.
Yeah.
Right now, as a human being, there's no possibility of that I'm aware of. Shout out to our cannibals. You know who you are. How about you?
I try not to eat people.
What kind of apple are
It's a
you?
slippery slope.
If it's a good enough question,
Down
for
the
me, it's a
hill,
good
away
enough
from the
question
tree.
for you.
No, I created the people who create a system of belief don't have to answer questions about where they align in that system of belief.
Hey,
What are
now,
you talking about?
That's slippery slope.
You can't question authority, McKinley, don't you know? Not in the context of a system of belief.
Bold of a lamp man to describe himself as authority. And yet I respect it somehow.
I'm the one in the weird headdress. We've even got weird
makes
headdresses. That's
you
how
a
you know we're
religious authority.
officially a religious system of belief. We've got
This would be a
funky
great time
headwear.
now for me to remove my wig and
It's
just
even
set it
got a
over and
hole
be
in it.
like, checkmate.
It's even got a hole in it, like the little wedge in the bishop's hats. That's a callback to the
It
pilot.
is a callback. Remember when we talked about that? It was amazing. You can't see our production manager
See, I may have-
rolling her eyes.
You can be salty at me
way
for
back
striking it from
into
the
its skull.
historical record of numbering episodes, but I remember the
Again,
content, and I
A
feel like
fiction
that's
of
what
fabrication,
matters.
but here we are. Yeah, you remember the details.
Yeah.
Good times. Like I said, I rewatched that stream and wow.
Hey, what time is it?
You got 2 minutes.
Okay, I just don't want to miss it.
Okay. Oh, you're quite committed to this.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I'm
Anonymous.
Well, it's what the people want.
The people have made demand. So there you go.
Although-
if the people demanded an existential crisis
Yeah.
from you on your stream,
I
what
also
would
want
happen?
to quickly notify the audience that it will likely not be 10:16 for you as we end because there is a delay, and so we're having to wait until we see that it is
If we
10:16.
end right at 10:16, it should be 10:16 for them.
Okay, so tell me when it's 10:15. Is it 10:15?
No,
Okay,
So,
you got 1.5 minutes.
cool.
question
So
for you.
we have a minute and a half left. Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Hear what?
Answer first, ask questions later.
It's like, do you ever say "ouch" when something happens, just in case it hurt?
No, Taylor, only you do.
I am quite aware of a lot of people who do that, I gotta say.
Cool.
I gotta say.
Cool. Are you one of them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I don't think I, generally speaking, put the CH on it anyway.
Do you ever have something
There's a
alarming happen?
delineation between ouch and
60
ah.
seconds.
Do you ever have something alarming happen to your physical form and so say "ouch," but then realize after the fact that it didn't in fact hurt?
I'm familiar with the concept.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I don't think I do it.
Okay. Bold.
Because you just asked that question, I just said no.
Well, it's a different question.
Yeah.
One is an in
Maybe I
case
missed
of, and the other is a case of mistaken identity of phenomena.
What was the first one?
The first one is, do you ever say "ouch" in case it hurts?
30
In
seconds.
case it
You say it before you
Okay, I
check
thought
in
that
on
was a
whether it hurt or not.
colloquialism for the second one.
Nah, you say it just in case that.
We are counting down to 10:16. You want to do an outro this time?
I'm busy playing the ukulele.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
10 seconds.
It's been a pleasure performing no material for you. Let this spoken word piece, accompanied by ukulele and a silent host that wishes we were funny, be the closest thing to planned content that you're going to get this week from Pretty Good Enough Studios, because where else are you going to go? It's not like there's a bunch of other media platforms out there that would be happy to log your data and sell it to manufacturers and construction companies and ice cream parlors and all of the people that want your data. But you know who really is appreciative of your service and data is us, the folks at Pretty Good Enough Studios, because we are watching you as you're watching us. This is why you don't let me outro the show. But we do appreciate you all, and special thanks to our production manager, Ani, and our co-host, McKinley, Brandis in the Void, my dad, who watched the show last week and let me know that he has ceased to dislike my haircut because I grew a beard with it, and now it looks okay.
Way to bury the lead on your talk show.
I did the chords wrong again. I did the same thing as I did last
We'll
week.
give you another one. Forgiveness round.
That's the most important part of the show.
May all your barriers be reevaluated. Thanks for watching.
If you get your haircut, grow a beard. We can end now. It's up.